This is the knockout artist, Chris Hero. And if you're looking for some true heel heat, you better listen to them boys.
All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast poor, you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
Ready when you are.
Hey guys, I may have go away heat, but these guys have true heel heat. So you better listen to the podcast or else I'm gonna kick you in your fucking cock and balls.
I'll get it.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble 123, the Matriarch. We are discussing the December 6th, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And of course, if you are joining us, you know who I am with my co-host, my esteemed colleague of 52,000 subscribers over on his own YouTube channel. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews as well. Here, you come for his honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling. He is Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're doing well. I have a minor complaint to start. Not about AEW, though. Should I start with AEW? I do have a complaint there, too. You know what? We'll focus. It's not about AEW. Like, you know what? Let's start with AEW, actually. Sorry.
I was like, I'll see how long this lasts. But yeah, go ahead.
First of all, I'm over the devil thing. I'm over it.
You're over
I was
the
kind of
what?
over it last. The devil?
thing?
Over it.
You're so fickle.
It's just not fickle. I never loved it. It's just, I'm over it. Way too long. I'm over it. Unless the devil is fucking John Cena, I'm over it. I don't care. But I want to start with CM Punk. And this is a, if you thought I'm overreacting there, you're definitely going to think I'm overreacting here.
Oh boy.
How long has he been back? A week? 2 weeks?
He's been back 2 weeks. What are you about to say? I feel like this is gonna be even overboard for me, who I've shared my criticism of the CM Punk return to WWE, but I feel like you will be even harsher. Go ahead.
You did the Seth Rollins angle at Survivor Series, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's running. Oh, you dumb! You thought it was real. That's how you react when somebody who never did anything to you walks through the curtain.
I love the people. Love the people. That's like, oh, you see, that's what AEW should have done. I was like, Punk has just said some bad words about people in WWE. He didn't punch anybody. I'm just saying, it's a little different.
He didn't punch anybody in AEW either. I don't think Matt Jackson qualifies as a person.
Christ, we're already off to a great start.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You did the Seth Rollins Day Survivor Series, then you do a subtle CM Punk jab from Seth Rollins on Raw, right?
Yep.
CM Punk cuts a feel-good promo for everybody else. I didn't feel good. I was very annoyed. And then on Raw the next week, you do some fucking two-shot Seth Rollins talking to Adam. Like, it just felt so like we're already giving up on the whole work shoot thing. This just feels like another fucking WWE angle. We just gave up on all of it. I hate the presentation of this horse shit. I was so annoyed. I'm still gonna watch. This is CM Punk, but like,
and I'm like, I'm just this whole time I'm just like, oh, so y'all are really gonna hold on to this footage backstage of what you did at Survivor Series until this angle actually starts?
right?
Like, we're not gonna put that out. Like, we should just leak it, like how NXT leaks their like anonymous shit. Like, you should just leak that shit to add to the work shoot feel of it and stuff. So
You should have did it like behind closed doors or some shit. Like we couldn't even really hear what Seth Rollins was saying to Adam Pearce. You'll see. That should have been it. The next segment, you announce Punk's going to be on Raw next week. That's it. Instead of this fucking, oh, really? Is he coming back? Because you do your fucking theater acting up there. I hate the presentation.
And Seth is doing the laugh at the same time, which immediately brings it to the sports entertainment of it.
I hate the presentation of that fucking show. All of it. I wish AEW was.
And I actually really enjoyed Raw this week. I was like, this is the episode they should have had the week prior. I was like, Seth and Jay. Oh my god, that was one of the best Raw matches of the year.
Yeah, maybe Seth is motivated now.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like it. Like he's like in his Intercontinental title mode of, I know I have a secondary title, but I'm gonna make it the most important I can by the great matches.
I really want to see that feud. I just wish they went about it better because it's fun. You know, fucking Rollins gonna call him a hypocrite, obviously, and then Punk is gonna call him number two in everything. He's number two in the Shield. He's number two to Roman. He's number two to Becky. He's number two to fucking Gunther. He's number two to Rhea. He's number two to me now. You'd be lucky to be number two. You're welcome. He's number two.
Like, you went from number 2 to number 3 when Cody came to number 4 when I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, man.
That'd be fun. That could be fun.
That is, yeah. I can't wait for Punk to roast. I have no faith in Seth to execute the roast of Punk the way it should be. I'm like after his comments in that interview, Kevin Owens is the guy. He's the guy I'm waiting for. He's the guy I'm waiting for. Friend of the Young Bucks, Kevin Owens. That's the guy I'm waiting for. Yeah. He's the one that basically is the connective tissue that got Cody and the Bucks to be friends.
Huh. Oh, that'd be sleeper agent. Gotcha. Fair enough. Good job, Czar.
And then he got him back. Yeah, he's like, I sent him into good hands. He was good for 6 years.
Good hands.
Sent him
I love how the Young Bucks have presented themselves as this fucking thing that they're not. They joined the Bullet Club and all of a sudden they're stars. That's how that works? Really?
This is ridiculous. This is slander of
now
the greatest order.
We're running shit.
Slander of the greatest fucking order.
Oh my god! Put us next to Kenny Omega. Oh, we're stars now. Look, right? That's amazing. How they do that? And then you over here talking about the Usos stole their whole style, as if the Young Bucks as if everything the Young Bucks do isn't directly stolen from somebody in the clique. As if everything they do.
The Too Sweet does the suck it. Yeah, the in-ring style is more of a hybrid or another evolution of the Motor City Machine Guns.
Another evolution.
It all starts with the Machine Guns. Yeah. Machine Guns is kind of took the style of the Hardys and the Rockers and made it into their own. And then they feuded with the Young Bucks, and Young Bucks kind of took some from them and made it into their own thing, and then
Made
the
it
Usos
into their own thing.
and then the Usos took it and put it on the mainstream. Dabbled
That's
a
not how
little
you
bit of
describe it.
little bit of Brisco promo with it, a little bit of Samoan, and then you put it on the
First time I
mainstream.
heard any of this about the Young Bucks. I had to bring it up. He just brings up fucking Usos right out of nowhere. I brought up on the podcast. What's his face?
You're the one that said the Usos.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. What's his face? What was the Joel Pearl?
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought up on that shit for no reason. He just brought it up. Just spat
No,
it
I
out.
didn't. No, I didn't.
I had to
No, I
bring it.
didn't. There was a reason I brought that up. It's because
Get it.
Cam right before you brought it up. Like you keep trying to. You're wrong. You're wrong, sir.
You're
I didn't just bring it up. Cam brought that up.
You said I had a great analogy. That's not. He didn't ask you about no fucking analogy. He didn't ask you about that. You brought it up. I got a great analogy for the fucking Usos. Them niggas suck. Whoa. Oh.
I love how you had the most Uncle Ruckus impersonation of what I really said. Like it's like Uncle Ruckus telling the story of Catcher Freeman. Like, how you try to make me out to look.
He likes the Young Bucks. He don't like the Usos. I don't know what the difference between the two of them are.
I do like the Usos, but I call a spade a spade.
Yeah, no. You call a spade a spade?
I don't.
You just heard him.
Slander. You slander the Young Bucks until no end.
He said, "I'm Uncle Ruckus saying his thing." He just said, "I call a spade a spade." That's not his words. Spade a spade, a spook, smoke a smoke. That's what he said, not I.
Oh no, man!
Not I said the cat.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Outrageous what I have to deal with every Thursday. It's outrageous what I have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why please send a super chat donation because it eases the pain of dealing with and getting not only the Young Bucks slander, but now mine slandering what I said, misconstruing what I said. First he tried to accuse me of being the one that brought it up. Then he tried to say, "Oh, you said they suck." No, I said exactly what I just said. They took the Young Bucks in-ring style, the Briscoes promo style, put it in a pot, sprinkle some Samoan in it, and put it on the mainstream. I'm not mad at it. It's not a criticism.
I am. I'm mad at that fucking analogy. And that is fucking egregious. Why are we giving the Young Bucks any credit at all? First of all, we should never give the Young Bucks any credit. They'll give somebody credit, should be Nick Jackson and themselves. But besides that, the fuck? How you steal from somebody else, then somebody steal from you? You talk, hey man, what the fuck? That's not how that work. Oh, sorry. I'm here for it.
All right, and thank you guys for joining us in the chat. We love to interact with all of you. Please sound off in the live chat. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. Drop the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And like I said before, sound off in the live chat. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, we are a self-funded channel here. So important to send those super chat donations. It helps us out. Like I've been saying, it hits us at the holiday season. So we are very grateful for all this stuff that you are giving back to us during this season. So show your appreciation for what we do here, and we will make sure we highlight your comment on screen. And like Jimmy always says, AKA, that means, nigga, we broke. We need to buy some gifts for kids. So yeah, please. Thank you. Well, me, I do. Not you.
Let's say.
Steven says, what's up, SP3 and Jimmy? So this Ace. We also got ALW saying happy Thursday, y'all. Hope all is well. Frantic World's in the chat saying, what's up, SP3, Jimmy, and chat. We also got Steven who says, Jimmy ought to be happy Yankees getting Juan Soto last night in a trade.
Solid trade. Yankees back in the mix, as per usual.
Hey, we're always in the mix in the offseason. When it's the regular season starts. See how that goes. Trey Jones saying, What's going on, Trey? One of our big supporters here. Another one, Big Man Dogs, saying, I didn't even watch Raw. Yeah, Big Man Dogs was in the chat for Rated Raw Review. He was like, I'll let y'all watch it for me.
That's hilarious. It was actually a really good show.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I didn't know producing was that important. Please fire fucking Pritchard. Fuck's he still doing now?
It's like anytime it's Pritchard or Vince, it's always a shit show. It's always a shit show.
Did you hear that thing about Ari Emanuel giving Vince? Jimmy is never wrong. I've been saying that for years. By years, I mean 30 of them. And people just fucking take. No, they'll come around.
Yeah, this is accurate. That's why I mentioned the Guns, because the Guns did put the Bucks on the map. Like what Flair did for Sting, that's what the Bucks did for. I mean, that's what the Guns did for the Bucks. Sure.
Put them on the map. All right, whatever. When was that? Like, what's the time period? That pre Bullet Club?
Early 2010s. Yeah, that's before they joined the Bullet Club.
This is in TNA.
Yeah.
When they were fucking Generation of the fuck.
Generation Me.
And fucking everybody everybody said they don't listen.
Said they don't shake hands.
Or listen to fucking other people saying your high spot horseshit is ruining the rest of the show. They're like, we don't give a fuck. We do what we want.
And they did well. They started their own company.
Absolutely. Fuck everybody else.
They did pretty well for themselves. I mean, I'm just saying.
By the way, this is random. We talked about Boondocks last week.
We talked about Boondocks this week.
Fucking
Uncle Ruckus sing my fucking
rewatching. Listen, sir, you can't go around calling people spades. It's 2020.
I call a spade a spade. I don't call people spades.
They're Samoan. They're not black. So it's just kind of it's inaccurate and it's rude. What was I going to say? Oh, right. Entourage. What was the fucking? I thought it was that guy German when Vince was trying to work a movie and then the director kept telling him whatever.
The firefighter movie, right?
Yes. And he kept saying
he was in Avengers. He was the guy in Avengers.
Selvig, something like that. Yeah. He keeps giving Vince's lines like the other actor and blah, 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 blah. And as a young man, I thought this director was an asshole. However, he drops a great quote that describes this and describes fucking what I agree with him now. He said, you're worried about you. I'm worried about the fucking movie. It's not about you, sir. And he was right. It's not about Generation Me. It's about the overall show. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why they didn't work in TNA.
And they're not working in AEW.
Yes, they are working in AEW. Again, big check, 2-time AEW World Tag Team Champions. I mean,
shit the ratings every time they show up. It's not your fault, Nick. It's not your fault, Nick. You do what you can. I know. Hang in there.
This guy. You're just going on just full Young Bucks slander.
Young Bucks slander.
They weren't even on the show, and we're talking all about the Young Bucks for the first 20 minutes of this goddamn show.
Well, how'd we get there? Someone CM Punk. You brought up Kevin Owens.
Said he was Kevin Owens was the
right. Everybody punches somebody, and yes, yeah, Matt Jackson. Does this count? It doesn't. You said people. Matt Jackson doesn't qualify as a person.
He's a person.
He's a caricature.
He's a person. You would be a caricature.
You think he was being a person when he showed up to the locker room, or did he show up doing this? The CM Punk one. All right. All right. It's trying to get rid of that face.
Super Kid says Jimmy became an asshole. That's why he agreed with the man that he thought was an asshole. Makes sense.
No, I've been on set now, and I understand that this guy's a cunt. Sorry, Vince. This isn't about you. You're ruining my character. Your character's part of my movie, you ass. I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Well, there you have it. Well, let's talk about AEW Dynamite from last night. It was from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, the Bell Center. What did you think about the crowd last night in Montreal?
Solid crowd. For all 12 people over there. Bless you.
5,000 in attendance at the show.
How big is that building?
That building could fit like 18,000.
Why are we doing this? They don't have no
I don't know.
5,000 seat buildings.
I don't know. I would think they have a 5,000 seat building where you could have just put. I think they had over 5,000, close to 6,000, but still, yeah, you could have just got a building that fit that many if you were going to put that. But it did sound good in there, and it did look good throughout the night how they shot it. It didn't. They didn't show all the empty seats, but I'm sure you can go online and you'll see plenty. But the show opened with another. Once again, I've been enjoying this change since the tournament started of previously on AEW Dynamite. This is what's going on in the Continental Classic. Talked about the Blue League with Kingston and Danielson. Did you see that matchup?
No, I heard it was really good.
It was fantastic. Fantastic match. Fantastic. Probably the best of the tournament so far.
Ooh, I mean, it's Dragon. It's not that surprising.
Yeah, it's Dragon and it's Kingston, so it's like it's not that
I
surprising.
do want to watch it, but I gotta download all of Collision. Then I gotta watch all of Collision.
Oh, I got you. Don't worry. Just I got you. But yes, we go over the Continental Classic because we're gonna get more of Gold League action, and we kick off things with 3-time AEW World Champion Jon Moxley going one-on-one with the leader of La Faction Ingobernables, Rush coming in at 1-1 with 3 points. Meanwhile, Moxley is tied at top of the leaderboard with 6 points at 2-0. And we were going to get a physical affair, and this became a brawl very quickly, brawling through the crowd, hitting each other with alcoholic beverages. This was a physical affair. Definitely, even before like the commercial break, they fight onto the outside where Rush hits a big overhead suplex with Moxley colliding into the guardrail, and then that's how we went to commercial break. When we come back, some more hard-hitting action. Moxley blocks a arm trap power driver, and Rush winds up hitting a regular power driver instead. Then we get a top rope superplex for a 2 count. They fight to the floor once again and crash onto the ground where Moxley crawls. You talk too much. He does whisper to Rush when they go to the outside and collide into the ramp. They fight back inside where Moxley hits a big blocks the bull's horns with a big lariat, and then he picks up Rush. He hits the paradigm shift, but Rush kicks out. And then Moxley puts on a bulldog choke, transition into a rear naked choke to pick up the victory in this one. Jon Moxley improves to 3-0, 9 points in the AEW Continental Classic. I thought this was a good brawl. It was physical, hard-hitting, what I expected. I just wanted more from this match. I think that their last matchup that they had when Moxley was interim AEW World Champion last year, that was a lot better. And what I wanted from this matchup, and we didn't quite hit that yet, but still pretty good for what we got. What did you think?
Pretty good. You know, I never complained about not never. That's strong. Outside of Matt Jackson, I mostly never complained about wrestlers wrestling. I am going to make a complaint about Rush here. His matches, they don't feel the same. What's the word I'm looking for? His headspace never feels different enough for me. Like, he's facing somebody with 6 points, and he's still doing the same, kicking the shit into the crowd and reposing. It's like, there's no urgency. It's just weird. It always throws me off. Match is really good, though. I mean, they're good. They're violent. Rush is more violent, distinctly so. And I love him for it. But as you said, this wasn't all I wanted it to be. Oh, whatever. Listen, I'm not going to play. It's a good match. Solid opener. Yay.
Yeah, like I think that you're pointing out something at Rush that I didn't even notice, but I do agree with you, because if you compare it to the guys who didn't have that many points in the next 2 matches in the Continental Classic, you saw their desperation. And you saw that they wrestled differently. So you're 100% on point with that assessment. My assessment was more of Moxley. When Moxley is on the money, he feels like he could be like on the level of some of the best in the world, or he can rise up to that level. But sometimes when he has an off night, he feels like a barroom brawler who takes free MMA classes at the Y. And that's what we got here.
Holy shit! Yes. Yes. Just seems a really tough guy that wandered into the building.
He had a off night, but he still is a convincing brawler. But he's like a ballroom brawler who takes free MMA classes at the Y.
He just wandered into a wrestling show by accident. Huh? I could do that. He just starts fighting Roosh.
He is Wild Thing, and he just heads towards the ring. Like he doesn't even. No one asks him. No one asks him, "What are you doing here? Like, are you supposed to be here, sir? Are you here, sir?"
I agree. I agree completely. I'd go stronger than that, but sure. We'll say every once in a while he's like that. Sure. Every once in a while, yes. Sure. Whatever you say.
Put it, Christopher. You're a Patreon backer, so you just put it in the comments for the next post that we make on Patreon, and I got you with the connect. All right, got you. We got Trey Jones saying more Roosh versus Mox. Yeah, I would be down for another match. I think they're capable of a better match because we've seen a better matchup from them. But like I said, it was just an awful.
Maybe the first one was the anomaly.
Maybe you're right. They've had 2 matches. One was off but pretty good, and the other was great. So averages out to good. Averages out to good.
I'm not a my memory doesn't work as well as yours does. So I can't trust your fucking Mox rating system. So
oh my god.
I'm gonna assume it was all right. I'm gonna assume it was a fucking 3.5-star match that you gave 4.25 to for some insane fucking reason.
We got Chili with Chase saying Roosh with the Hulk Hogan. I didn't lose, brother, to the referee. Yeah, that was great when he popped up and immediately it was like, what are you talking? Why is his music playing?
It's like those MMA fighters. They fucking get knocked out. And they're all like, huh?
Like, come on. Start swinging. Like I expected him to attack Moxley. And I will say, yeah, despite my complaints about this matchup, Roosh overall has been great in AEW, which leads me to a question that we've heard a report from Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer radio last night, saying that Andrade's deal with AEW is about to expire next year. And the word is that he's about to sign a deal with CMLL, which is supposed to be for a little while longer. And then after that, he intends on going back to WWE. And I was like, if you're AEW, I would be like, let's just let him go. I mean, you haven't booked him that well, so just let him go. You haven't booked him that well, and you've honestly booked Roosh better. And he brought Roosh in.
Yeah, they've booked Roosh way better than Andrade, though that may change.
Why do you think that's going to change? With Andrade leaving?
Sure, let's go with that. I sorry. I'll be quiet. We'll see.
No, what do you know? Go ahead.
Really cannot. That's not me being a dickhead. It's me being concerned about the people. I'll let you know off air.
Okay, all right.
Can I private chat this?
Yeah, you can private chat.
Oh.
We got Trey Jones who says, give me Roosh versus Brody King. Actually, yeah, that would be great. We also got Trey Jones who says, I forgot Andrade was signed to AEW at one point. That is true.
It puts him in a weird space because fucking I'm not gonna get Tony Khan to pass. He stinks. But when you have a guy who clearly doesn't want to be there anymore, once Triple H signed, you can feel Andrade's whole attitude change. Not knocking it, sir. I get it. Get me the fuck out of here. He doesn't want to be here, so he can't really push him. But it's Andrade, so he can't really bury him. It's just a weird. I know what the right answer is not. It's not to not use him. That's a bad idea.
No, how they've been using him is actually great.
Yeah,
where he's like. Yeah, since Collision started, he's been like one of the MVPs of like low key one of the MVPs of Collision.
Yeah, I mean he fits fine at AEW. He's not as big as Punk and Dragon and them, but he's more important than the rest of their guys. So it's a weird fit.
Yeah, and all I see them doing when he goes back to WWE is putting him with the Latinos.
I hope not. He's a heel.
That's what I actually think. No, I think no. They have options where they can either put him with Ray, Zelina, and the rest of them guys, or put him with Santos and whatever group Santos gonna make.
Is it me or does SmackDown feel disconnected from like every segment feels like it's not
In his own world?
show.
Yes. But I mean, it was kind of like that. No. Raw did a great job, like over the fall, of like making everything connected in some way with people kind of interacting and stuff. But you're right, like with SmackDown, there's the Bloodline world, there's the Damage Control world, there's the Latinos, and then there's everybody else, like Pretty Deadly and the Brawling Brutes and Bobby Lashley and his guys.
He's not a heel, by the way. People don't want to boo Bobby.
No,
Sorry.
no, they don't.
I like Bobby.
They don't. They don't want to boo Street Profits. It's like you put two babyface together, did nothing to make them heels, and expected people to boo them just because you were putting them in matches against babyfaces. Like, no, you're not even putting them against matches against strong babyface outside of Rey Mysterio. That was the only person you put them in the ring with that was a strong babyface.
Yeah, just turn him heel. I mean, babyface rather, and move on with life. Montez Ford is too entertaining to boo.
Name. Street business. It's easy. Like, just don't make it more difficult than it needs to be. If you try to come up with something more difficult than that, that's when WWE is gonna come up with Ambrose or some fucking Mocha or whatever the fuck they're gonna. It's pretty simple. It's Hurt Business and Street Profits. Street business. Okay, great, cool.
They don't want to acknowledge Hurt Business. I'm not sure why.
Huh?
They don't want to acknowledge Hurt Business. I'm not entirely
no,
sure.
They don't. That's why I don't think making them Hurt Business 2.0, which some people have just said is just as dumb as every other.
Anytime you go 2.0, it's a bad name. Don't do that.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And Hurt Profits does not sound good, guys. Like I've saw people say that, and I was like, no. No, you tried. It was a good try. Good effort. Street business just sounds better. Big Man Dog saying Andrade is gonna fight Sammy again to get free.
I'm here for it. Fuck him up.
I think Punk had a talking to him and was just like, bro, all you got to do is relax. I went to see Paul in them in April. When he came back, when Collision started in June, he was like, I went to see Paul in April. All you got to do is wait out this whole AEW deal. He wants us back. You're fine.
Shut up. Write us out.
Because he's been on good behavior since he's returned. So I'm just saying, I think that Punk, and every time Punk does anything, Andrade goes on social media immediately and posts that Punk picture.
By the way, can we agree that this was I'm not gonna say a plan by Punk, but he certainly didn't want to stay at AEW when he came back.
Oh, I said that on Drew Elite this past week. I was like, so yeah, like it's too much of a coincidence that he goes there in April. He returns in June with more power, starts waving his dick everywhere, kicking people out of Collision and stuff. Like he was like, he was like, what are they gonna do? Fire me? Okay, if they fire me, I'll just go back to WWE. So I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Oh, you're friends with the Young Bucks? You can't be here at Collision. What are you doing here? Oh, the Young Bucks don't want to sit down with me? Ryan Nemeth? No, you can't be here either. Oh, Christopher Daniels? No, you. Oh, I'm head of talent relations. I'm CM Punk.
Goddamn right. Like we said, not we said. I don't remember what you said, but like I said,
and that's what I said. I said when we originally talked about the Jungle Boy thing of how Punk put it out there, how Punk put out the news of, oh yeah, they came to me and I stepped in and I had to tell them don't use real glass, and I was just like, I said at that time, and I'm still repeating. I was like, nah, I don't think anyone probably came to Punk. I think Punk inserted himself in it.
I said before, when either this motherfucker has got a outrageous anger issue that he needs actual help with, or he doesn't want to be there anymore. I'm just gonna get the fuck out of this thing. Punch Jack Perry. Though to be fair, choking out Jack Perry should not be enough to get you out. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. I would have kept him after that.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad we're on the same page on that. We're not on the same page on much, so I'm glad we're on the same page on that. That we're convinced that Punk had this all. That's why he went to that whole thing. It's been a plan since at least April. April, we know he went to that WWE show. We know the plan has been in place since.
Absolutely. And like I told the rest of you bums, he's not gonna stand for getting his own show. That's not what happened. I don't care how you can frame it as nice as you like. They gave him his own show. They banished this nigga to an island. The fuck out of here. No. I'd like to leave now, please. Thank you.
I can't punch these motherfuckers. I'll punch you. Big Man Dog saying Punk's like, damn, when they gonna fire me? They're making me look like an asshole.
That's a great way to put it. He keeps doing shit and they keep killing him. He's like,
I was like, I thought it would be over after I kicked out the head of telerations. Like, I could have never kicked out John Laurinaitis from an episode of Raw.
Every time Tony Khan comes by and reassures him it's okay, he's like, what do I do now? Choke this nigga out before pay-per-view. That's what I'm gonna do.
And then when Punk gets fired, Andrade's just sitting at home like, I'll punch the fucking pillar too. What the fuck? I punched the wrong pillar.
Yes, punch the worst ones, sir. Punch the fucking least important pillar here. Pillar's not even connected to the ceiling. It's just fucking decoration.
Oh, we got Will Jessamson up that Punk is in Mercedes' ear because she moving funny now.
Act like she's selling coke. That's hilarious. She moving funny.
She moving funny now.
I'll go over there.
It's over here acting shiesty.
Yeah, that's a shame. What a fumble that is, right?
Yo, major league fumble. Had her at the all in the crowd.
Look at her. Look at Mercedes. Free publicity. Look at this.
Free publicity. Publicity. What a big star. Why she rides in a ship like
that's just float.
She on a float. She on a Thanksgiving float.
It's fucking hysterical.
Right to Connecticut. Next we had a video package hyping up the Jay Lethal versus Jay White matchup, talking about their history from Ring of Honor. Once again, I like them building up the matches for later, even though that wasn't even the main event of the show. They still were building it up.
I appreciate the effort.
And then we had Renee Paquette on the stage for a chat with Rodrick Strong and the Kingdom. Strong, who says, Renee! He says that he wants Samoa show to hurt MJF and shrugs off the idea that MJF isn't bad. He says that he is obviously the devil and he is going to put the stake into the heart of his best friend by proxy, Samoa Joe. Renee says, what if you are wrong? And he was like, no, Renee, I'm not wrong. He says he is sick of being held back by his consequences. He says people live with their consequences every single day. And every single day he's had to live with his consequences, living in this wheelchair every single day until now. Matt Taven and Rodrick Strog were hilarious. I mean, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett were hilarious in this segment, like praying to God, like, oh my God, he did it. He got on his feet. He pushes the wheelchair aside. We see the resurrection of Rodrick Strong, as he says it has held him back for far too long. Far too long. Yes, he had that long pause. It was like... slams the mic. Oh my God, Rodrick Strong, the best character work of his career. And now he's going to be without wheelchair, and he will have a match next week, which we'll bring up shortly here. What did you think about this segment? I think you're muted, or the mic is out. There you go.
Good.
Yeah, you're good now.
I don't know. Usually I either love these things or hate these things. I really don't know. I think I hated the first half. Maybe I loved the first half. I hated the second half. I don't know what the fuck he was babbling about. He started facing his own consequences. Is that not how consequences work?
People live with their consequences every single day, but he's sick of being held back by his consequences, being held back by this wheelchair.
Did he mean circumstances? Maybe because consequences makes no sense at all, even a little bit.
It's his consequences of stepping in the ring with Samoa Joe.
That's how consequences work. All right, sure. This was stupid, but I guess it was painless. It was stupid and painless. It didn't bother me enough to get upset. Clearly, I like the Samoa and Renee things, so that's something. We'll call it a win overall.
Samoa.
Clearly.
He doesn't say Joe. He says Samoa. Joe. Oh, Trey saying, look at modern medicine. It healed this poor man. Yes. Yes. It's a miracle, ladies and gentlemen. A miracle we witnessed.
Clearly.
Neck strong. He can walk again. Ladies and gentlemen. Christopher saying, so what you're telling me, Roddy is healed? There is a God. Indeed.
Much evidence as anything else.
We got Leo who says, I like Matt Taven, but his whole giraffe shirt fetish ain't getting over with nobody.
Oh, I love that. Splitting 50-50 on this fucking giraffe shirt. And it's a fucking shame. He and Tony Khan made $3 each.
So I don't know if this was the best segment of the night, but this may have been the most intriguing and compelling, as Renee Paquette was outside the locker room of AEW World Champion MJF to get a chat with him before his tag team match with Samoa Joe against the Masked Men, when Hangman Adam Page returned. And Renee said she wanted to get a chat with him. He says he hasn't been allowed to fly for a bit, so that's why he's been gone. But
what a great idea! If only we did that with Swerve.
Well, Swerve's a survivor. He had to do a tournament. He says, as for Swerve Strickland, he broke into Page's house, into his son's room. It took a bunch of people. It took Prince Nana, Brian Cage, but he beat him in a Texas death match on pay-per-view. He says he says that he can admit when he's lost.
Clearly.
But he says that he took something from Swerve, though, and this is not over. Swerve wants something, but now Page is going to make sure he never has it. But in comes AEW World Champion MJF. He pops out of his locker room and he comes in to mock Hangman Adam Page, talking about how him and Swerve took 30 minutes to show people how you can exchange STDs. And Page says he doesn't have time for this. He knows this is his max interview time, so he's gonna let him at it. And MJF says, well, he always has to. He says he's not gonna stand there for 30 minutes and just listen to MJF talk. And MJF says he has to go out there and talk for 30 minutes after Page has bored people. And Page says, "You really want to do this? You really want to do this?" And he was like, "Yeah." MJF's like, "Yeah." He says the last time we were face to face was when he was verbally castrating him with Bret Hart in the ring. And he was like, "Yeah, I remember how that match went where I buckshot Larry'd you and won that match." And he was like, "Yeah, I remember the first time we had a singles match." And he was like, "The first time I won the Dynamite Diamond Ring, who was that against? Some redneck washed up guy, you, Hangman Adam Page." And he was like, "Yeah, I would remember that if I didn't go on to win the World Heavyweight Championship." And he was like, "Oh yeah, that world title run, it lasted about 6 months. Yeah, nice little title run, but it's not as long as mine." And after this a sparring fest, this dick measuring contest, we get MJF, who actually comes out and accuses a Hangman Adam Page of being the devil. Hangman says if he wanted to come at MJF, he wouldn't do all these tricks. And MJF has been telling everybody for years that he's a manipulator. He's the devil. It's you all along. You go out, you attack your friend, you act like you've been attacked, you attack your enemies, and it's you behind the mask the whole time. So just admit it already. And they get in each other's face. It looks like a fight is going to start until Samoa Joe steps in and says that he's mine now. To Hangman Page, and then turns around to Max like a fucking father talking to his son. He was like, and what about you? He was like, we got bigger things to fight. Now let's get out of here. Oh my God, this was great. And then it was announced later in the show, Hangman Adam Page will make his in-ring return to AEW against the in-ring return of next strong, Rodrick Strog, next week at AEW Dynamite. Winter is coming. What did you think about this sparring, this passive-aggressive, turned very aggressive sparring fest between Maxwell Jacob Freeman and Hangman Adam Page?
I saw that everybody loved this on Twitter. I thought it was good. More for MJF because MJF is, I don't want to say childish, though that he can come across petulant, and that works for me. Hangman's kind of felt MJF-y, kind of snooty. I don't know if this, I'm not sassy. I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for is. A bit much. Oh, I remember. Oh, I remember. Like, that's MJF. What are we doing? That's very.
He's playing his game. He got sucked into his game.
He did because fucking you throw
I think that was purposely done. It was purposely done to see how still, despite him being a babyface, Max gets under these guys' skin like no other.
That's a good word, Trey Jones. Snarky. Very snarky. I liked Hangman before MJF showed up. It felt really, really bolted down to reality because he's going, yeah, I lost. Fuck you. It's not over. I'm here for it. And if he costs Swerve this tournament or the world title or fucking, I'm so here for it. As it should be. Though I will say this, Swerve's too smart of a character to hear Hangman say that and not preemptively do something. Just talking shit. You said what you're going to do. This is self-defense. When I fuck you up, this is self-defense.
I feel like we got like a layout of what's gonna happen. Of Hangman might get the shot at the world title before Swerve with this whole interaction with MJF. And then Swerve has to cost Hangman. Like, no.
This fucking TK should come out wearing a clown mask. Absolutely not. Where do you beat somebody twice and they get the shot before you? Where do they do that at? Absolutely not. Swerve is up next after Joe. Swerve is next.
That's why they're giving him the triple crown, so he feels like he's
fucking
distracted.
Egregious.
So it feels like he's distracted. He's distracted with the triple crown. He has to deal with that.
Fucking heinous. But hey, listen, I'm here for it. This is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to Swerve and Hangman again, and I look forward to fucking MJF and Hangman. Shockingly.
We got a super chat donation from the good brother Christopher Kidd. Thank you so much, Christopher Kidd. So we tell the people, of course, too.
Listen up, you prick.
Indeed, Tony. Christopher Kidd, thank you so much. He says, TK booking. Page caused Swerve his first world title match. You want my spot, Swerve? Well, you have to lose first and wait 5 stars.
Booker of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. I knew once Swerve won the second match, it was too good to be true. He's got to lose this fucking match. You got to know your place, boy. I'm not here for this at all.
See, you're better off losing and then moving
on
to win the world title. Oh, man. So great. Annoying. So great. I can't wait. I can't wait for Hangman to win the world title before.
Oh, my God. Heinous.
It's going to be great. Yeah, maybe a triple threat. Could do that. Frantic Rail saying this was really good and Joe made it more better. Yeah.
No. More better is not a thing. It's just better.
Better. Yeah, we made it better.
Yes, okay. No. You can't let this shit slide. These public school students, listen, it's better. It's like saying somebody is smarter. You heard those
Mo better.
He's more smarter. No, you can say he's more smart.
He's more the bestest.
He's more smart is also inaccurate, but it's better than more smarter. Or just smarter. Joe's great here. What did he say when he first showed up?
He was like, what are you doing? He's mine now.
Yo, what? He's mine now. Yo. This nigga Joe feels like he's in prison. And this is his booty.
That's my booty. Hey, we can do this the easy way. We can do this the hard way.
Your choice is
yours. Yours.
All right, Joe. I'm here for it.
Got this young Jewish boy. Oh, you ain't nobody touching him. It's mine now. It's like the scene. It was kind of like still humorous though. So it's kind of like the scene from Guardians of the Galaxy 1. We're rocking.
This here is my booty. What? All right.
Stop. Frantic World saying this is really good. Made it better. And we got another super chat donation from our good brother, your good brother, everyone's good brother, Will Chisholm. So that's why we give him our favorite of the drops.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Well, Chisholm, thank you so much. A huge super chat donation. I appreciate that. Good, sir. He says, I do want to see Tony Khan pitch Mercedes a storyline with 1930s foot model Tony Storm just to see her reaction. She like, I just go to SmackDown where they make Ingram Stardom 2.0 and Julia coming too. LOL.
That fucking women's roster is about to be ridiculous. I must say, it's already fucking great. It's about to be insane.
If you add Mercedes and then Julia, oh my god, it's just like the rich. It's like the fucking Kevin Durant Golden State Warriors picking up LeBron.
I will say this, by the way, I don't like bringing up Jim Cornette because I know all you hate him, and I hate him mostly too. Hate is strong. He's wild to me. I was listening to talk about.
He's too much. That's why I had people say, "Oh, you have a friend. Your co-host is negative on AEW. Is like Jim Cornette." I was like, "No. First of all, he's black, and he wouldn't make those jokes. But also, he's a little bit more objective."
Yeah, he was talking about SmackDown ratings in comparison to AEW. And I was like, well, that's kind of obvious. Yeah. And then he goes, yeah, and they're losing to the girls. And I went, oh, shit. All right. Well, there you go. Losing to the girls show. Holy shit. There it is. All right. Let's see another 6 months. See if we're still on this. Fair enough.
See before you get canceled again. Trey Jones says, I would implode if Hangman gets the title match before Swerve.
Dang.
We also had Ace who says Joe had to get between the two guys before things got out of hand. Indeed, he did. We got Big Man Dog saying Swerve stuck with the Continental title while Hangman fights for the world title. That's sad. He says that's why I don't think Swerve is winning the Continental Classic because he needs to be in the world title picture.
I'm leaning more and more towards Eddie.
I don't mind that because I would. Yeah, I mean, I said I think Swerve should make the finals though.
Oh, I don't have that.
Yeah, I think he should make the finals, whether it's Eddie or Brian. That he could lose to whoever at the pay-per-view. I would like it to be Brian, so Brian could say he's 2-0 against him, and then you have a perfect ready-made title challenger when Swerve wins the world title for his final year too. You bet that on a pay-per-view. One final shot before he ends his full-time career.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Big Man Dog saying MJF and Samoa Joe storyline is playing out like some fan fiction.
This whole thing feels fucking weird. I don't really dislike it. I don't think it just feels weird.
We need MJF to yell it out like Tom. You can't have my booty. You cannot have my booty. That's what I need. We also got Frantic Girl that says MJF and Joe are in AEW version of Oz. What?
Nobody touches my property.
Nobody touch my property. We got Big Man Dogs that says Triple H is bringing stardom to WWE for Sasha.
Oh, look at that.
I respect it.
It's weird. It's almost like you should cater to the star you're trying to bring in.
Kind
You
of
could
thing.
push the woman for a couple months just to pretend like you give a fuck.
He's like timeless Tony Storm. What do you want?
What do you want?
He's like, what do you want from me? I put time into this. It's timeless. We got another super chat donation from our good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will Chisholm, and just for Jimmy here.
Weapon in hand too, and Blackpool Combat Club, they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Because Hangman's going to come out here.
Steve Austin, absolutely.
Will Chisholm, thank you so much. He says, guys, we know this story. A black man win. Undertaker, the white man, gets the gold story until the white man gets the gold story of our lives.
Goddamn right.
Yeah,
Ain't this a bitch? Ain't this a bitch? Hangman wins that fucking belt. I'm over it. Especially when before Swerve. I'm out. I'm done.
Can Hangman be the guy that beat Swerve?
Hell no. You had your run. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. You got stars here now. Well, Punk left.
He's a star. Get out of here.
Hangman's not a star. Stop it.
Yes, he is.
He's MJF. He's Moxley. He's Dragon. He's Omega. Stop.
Just because he's not those guys. Just because he's not those guys, he's not a star.
Listen, you can only have so many at the top. The podium.
Like 15.
That's like when you say
lineup.
That's like when you say fucking I'm a medalist. But you finished fifth. I'm not great. You're not a medalist, nigga. No. There's 3 spots at the top. There's 3 medals. If you're not in there, you haven't got one. Sorry, Charlie. That's how that works. Try to break it down for you. A great upper mid carder. Great.
Christopher.
Top tier upper mid
I
card.
cannot disagree more, but I'm just
Kevin Owens ass motherfucker. You're great.
What? Kevin Owens is not a top guy?
Oh my God. Kevin Owens is Roman. He's Cody. He's fucking Seth. Would you stop it? Would you stop? Stop giving everybody a prize, sir. Stop giving everybody a fucking prize.
Sami Zayn's not a top guy?
Who?
Sami Zayn. No. This is preposterous. ladies and gentlemen.
There's Austin, there's Rock, there's H, there's Taker, there's Angle. Anybody after that is not a star. Why is this an argument? We got 5 of them. There's no more space, nigga. No.
No more space. No more space. No more space in this collective.
No more space. I'm sorry.
Christopher Kidd saying, let Swerve be the last man that Dragon challenges for a world title, and he puts the goat out to pasture with a kill shot. So very poetic.
Oh, that could be awesome.
That would be. The Polished Gent says, I personally enjoy the white and black controversial takes of both Jim Cornette and Jimmy Macram.
Did I just get mentioned second on my own show? Ain't this a bitch? Ain't this a bitch? No, whatever. We keep it together. You said you enjoyed them and gave me the finger. Whatever.
We got Big Man Dogs that says Hangman is Surfer Sting right now. He needs to become Crow Sting, not actually.
I get what you mean. He needs evolution.
The next evolution. Yeah.
Listen, all-time great.
Hey, he drank blood, man. That's going to change you eventually. If Mist to the Eyes changes you, drinking blood must. Next, we had another AEW Continental Classic Gold League matchup. Swerve Strickland going one-on-one with Mark Briscoe. This one, Mark Briscoe is behind the 8 ball. He's 0-2 with 0 points. Meanwhile, Swerve is 2-0 with 6 points. So, but he has to win to keep on pace with Jon Moxley, who's at top of the leaderboard with 9 points. And I absolutely enjoyed this match. I don't care what anybody says, including Jimmy. I enjoyed this matchup so much because of the story to it, because of the desperation, the sense of urgency from Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe kind of got me into it. If you can get me into a story with just great, beautiful wrestling, the transitions, the counter work, when Swerve wants to work in the ring, he just has great chemistry with pretty much everybody, it seems. And this one got physical when they go to the outside, to the floor. Swerve throws Mark Briscoe into the crowd and then hits a big superplex off the barricade before we go to commercial break. We come back from break and Swerve is working over the arm, but Briscoe fights back, hitting some big chops. We get a big fisherman buster, which gives Briscoe a 2 count, but Swerve comes back with a kick to the head for a 2 count of his own. They go to the corner, but they crash to the floor where Briscoe hits a quick dive back into the ring. A huge lariat by Mark Briscoe gives him a 2 count. He tries to go for the J Driller, but Swerve is able to reverse out of it. He connects with the house call. He goes for a big 450 splash, but Mark Briscoe gets his knees up. Mark Briscoe goes for a froggy bow, but Swerve gets his knees up. We get roll up in a series of near falls. We get the 5-minute call, and the crowd is pretty much on their feet chanting, "This is awesome." They fight. They're desperate, fighting back and forth, exchanging on the apron. But this is where the crucial changing point, kind of the crucial change in this matchup occurs when Swerve hits his big DVD, the same one he hit on Hangman back at Full Gear, on the center block, onto the apron, quickly puts him back into the ring where he hits the Swerve stomp to pick up the victory. 15 minutes, 43 seconds. I thought this was a terrific match. These two guys just had splendid chemistry together, and Swerve is just the man right now. He can't do anything wrong. He just holds a level of charisma that is unlike anyone in this company, and it gets you into the story, and he's getting more and more cheers. But Mark Briscoe, man, I feel like he's another one. Like I said last week with Roosh, I felt like Roosh was the MVP candidate. Mark Briscoe, despite being 0-3, he's had good to great matches every time out, and I thought this one was arguably probably the second or third best matchup that we've seen in the tournament so far. My opinion, the second best matchup we've seen in the tournament so far. I got into the story so much. I love this matchup. Swerve Strickland picking up the victory here. 9 points in the Gold League. What did you think?
Liked it, not as much as you liked it, apparently.
No.
Second best match in the tournament. It's the second best Mark Briscoe match. The second best Mark Briscoe match he's had in 2 weeks. It was a good match.
It was better than the Roosh match.
Strong disagree. It was a good match. I love Swerve. This is a good match. I like Mark Briscoe. I love Swerve. This was good. It was everything it needed to be. It's a clean win. Great. I just didn't see that match you guys were talking about.
They beat the hell out of each other, told a good story with the desperation of Mark Briscoe trying to get his first 2 points in the tournament. And that's why I said, like, immediately when you said Roosh didn't have that desperation, I thought of Mark Briscoe in this matchup. I was like, yeah, you're right. 100%. Like, the Mark Briscoe, you felt the sense of urgency from it.
Very true. I thought that part was great. I just realized why I enjoyed the Mark Briscoe Roosh match more, now that you mentioned it, because I wasn't sure who was going to win that match. I was very sure I was going to win this fucking match, so I don't buy any of these near falls you're talking about. No.
They got the crowd. That's all they need to do.
I've said you know me for however many fucking years. This is not new information. Wrestling fans are idiots, so I'm not shocked that they bought into Mark Briscoe fucking winning. Fucking how? How?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Not you guys. You guys are great. But, yeah. This was, listen. They got into the action. I was into the action. I'm just waiting for the fucking Swerve stomp. Fast forward to that part, please.
Hey, they beat the hell out of each other. That's all I asked for. And they got me into the story.
Everybody beats the hell out of each other.
Huh?
Fucking ECE and Moxley is 4.25 stars.
They beat the hell out of each other. Go back and watch the goddamn match.
As good as Andrade and fucking.
I'm sick of you bringing this shit up. This was better than that. This was better than that. Both of those matches.
Well, then what is it? 5 stars? You give it 4.25.
No, I'm not gonna give it. I'm gonna give it 4.5.
Oh my god, what the fuck? All right,
4.5 stars.
sure.
And we got a super chat donation once again from the good brother Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will Chisholm. Always supporting us. We appreciate you, but MJF does not.
You don't know shit.
I miss you, MJF.
Thank you, Will Chisholm. He says Vince called Triple H saying, Paul, why you getting all those Japanese people to my company? Triple H like, Dad, it's not your company. Plus, I got Punk also.
Did you fucking read the report of Ari Emanuel giving Vince McMahon tasks? Fucking what? It is the most surreal.
I was like, oh my god! I was like, Vince McMahon has to answer to somebody. Like, what world are we living in? This can't be life.
That's so wild to me. He gave him a fucking a PlayStation controller. It's not plugged in. This is wild. What? Little tasks for you to do. What am I, a fucking 15-year-old kid? Are you fucking serious? I gotta do my chores? Are you out of your fucking mind? No way Vince doesn't blow this shit up somehow. No way. I don't know how he blows this up. I'm here for it.
We got Steven Chambers who says good match, Swerve and Mark. We got Ace who says this match was fantastic.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Ace. Thank you, Ace. We got Rickety who says match was a little clunky. Probably talking about the Mox and Roosh match because there wasn't any clunky. There wasn't any clunkiness.
Why are we not taking his opinion for it?
Twice.
Why are we taking anybody else's opinion? The man has a right to his opinion, and I don't agree with your opinion, sir, but it's closer to my opinion than said, so I take it. I take it. That's 2-1. Thank you.
This man is Uncle Ruckus. I swear to y'all. I'm doing a show with the real life Uncle Ruckus.
How? My Brisco's not black as much you all want him to be.
Mr. Nasty saying it's been a pretty entertaining tournament so far. I agree. Agreed there. Leo saying Mark Brisco needs to get a push coming out of this. Heading into his bro's 1-year anniversary, he should admit he ain't holding it down for the family and start by getting the FTW title off hook. Oh, it doesn't mean anything. Well. Yeah, you were doing so well until you added that last part.
Yeah.
Get the Ring of Honor. Get one of the Ring of Honor titles. That's what it's there for. Like Ring of Honor World Championship, Ring of Honor TV title. That's what he should go for.
Agreed. But I like the idea. First sentence, I roll my eyes because you guys say that every fucking month. Then I like this story that he's not holding. It's a great story. It's a simple one. And then FTW's title ruined it. ROH TV, maybe the world title. I don't care. It could be fun.
Yeah, there should, like, you know what's really gonna make this tournament impactful is how people respond to their results in the tournament. Like Mark Brisco, if he says something like that. If Jay Lethal realizes, like, damn, I gotta start getting better in the ring so I can actually fucking win matches without Jeff Jarrett and these motherfuckers. Like we need that. Like we've been getting it in between the matches, like Eddie Kingston's promo after he lost to Brody King and stuff. Even his promo after he lost to Brian. Did you see that one? He was like, Brian, you tell Claudio that it's because of you what's gonna happen to him. You tell him it's because of you.
That is so good. Go.
He is so good. So good. We also got here Frantic World saying the match was really good. We got
you won.
We got Trey. Trey said Jimmy is more Huey than Ruckus.
Thank you, brother. The niggas never listen to Huey either. Ever.
They never do. That's why that nigga is fed up in season 3, yo. Like he's just like, I'm over this. He's black president. I don't care. Like, we got here Safet saying we found out that Vince was bringing UFC in Saudi. Yeah, he helped with that deal.
Yeah, listen, Vince has lots of strong. Vince still has some usability. It's just not in creative. And quite frankly, it's never been. Sorry. I know you all think he edited Vince Russo down. But listen, motherfucker flies through the curtain. It's not hard to go, that's a terrible idea, and scratch that off. It's not hard work. Sorry.
And Vince Russo wasn't even the best time. The best time was Ed Koski. Ed Koski was the head writer in 2000. 2000, which I still
Ed
think
Koski.
is
I've never heard of Ed Koski. Heard of Chris
I
Kresge.
think-
Chris Kresge?
maybe it's Chris Koski. I've heard Ed Koski.
I don't know who Ed Koski is.
No. I've heard all these names, all these different names, mishmash names. Next, we go backstage to Mariah May, who says that she is excited for her first matchup. When Renee tries to pry and find out the information of who and when her matchup is going to have, Mariah says that it's not about her tonight. It's all about the Storm. And it's a nice little call to the All About Eve storyline that this is all about. So a nice little wink to the crowd with that little line there. Any thoughts on Mariah May so far?
They're really not stretching this out the way I thought they would. You can see Mariah is she's got her own. We don't know where this is going. Pretty fast. We can kind of see the real Mariah May come out slowly but surely. Her going, that's none of your business. Yo, this little demon. All right, fair enough. I'm here for it. I like this little added thread, I'll say, to Tony's act. It's like we're building women's division finally. Only took 4 years. Jesus.
Next up, we're supposed to get tag team action. Samoa Joe comes out and he's going to be teaming up with MJF against the Devil's Henchmen, but the lights start flickering and Samoa Joe is in center ring. As the Devil's Henchmen surround the ring, the lights go out again and the henchmen are gone. The Devil pops up on the big screen and then we cut to a camera running in the back to see Maxwell Jacob Freeman knocked out backstage with the AEW World Championship. And, that seems like a broken beer bottle. Now, who has ever used a broken beer bottle as a weapon? Who is a known alcoholic when he's in a dark place? Who do we know is in a dark place? Who do we know that just had an interaction with MJF? Okay. So nice little angle here to further develop the Devil storyline instead of the matchup. Are you disappointed we didn't get the match?
Disappointed in AEW. Just very fucking Tony Schiavone accidentally dropped WCW earlier.
Yeah, he did.
And they were known for a good old bait and switch. And fucking we got one here. Tag match. We all thought we'd have a tag match and then we'd be able to see maybe a wrestling style. Maybe two of them get fucking their masks pulled off. Maybe. Nope. They add another thread to the shit we don't give a fuck about. Well, I don't, at least. I'm over it. I am officially lacking fucks to give. I shouldn't say that. I'll say this. How to put this nicely? You've built it up so much, so long, that there is not going to be a good answer. There is not, whatever happens, the answer is not going to be good. It's either Jungle Boy or Britt or Adam or Hangman or MJF or fucking, it's not going to be somebody we go, oh shit, that's great. That guy doesn't exist anymore. It's been too long. You put them in anticipation too much. I'm sorry.
So
could it be a guy?
Adam Cole reveal is not good enough?
Haven't that what we all guessed?
Yeah.
How's that good?
Sometimes the predictable thing is the right answer.
I didn't say it's not right. I said it's not good.
It could be right and good.
It can be, but it won't be because it can't be. It can't be good. It can be right. Adam Cole is the right answer. Matter of fact, Adam Cole is the only fucking answer. But it's not going to be right. I mean, it's going to be good, rather.
It's going to be good.
We've all anticipated it. It is what it is.
It's going to be good. That's why they're taking you off the scent. That it was
not.
Adam. It was Adam all along, but it was not Adam Page. It was Adam Cole.
I will say this, by the way. When you try to trick people, you just end up looking silly because you know you have to go back. So let's say you get into the ring and you've got for example, you've got the TNT title and you're doing it towards Edge and then you're doing it towards Christian. You're not shocking me. We already know where you're going. Just fucking swing the goddamn thing.
I actually did like that because I'm so used to someone coming in the ring for the title shot and who they're aiming for. They always don't go for that person. So I like a variation of someone who was just from the beginning did not know who they wanted to hit. That's what it seemed like more than that.
So let me ask you this. When she was aiming for Edge, did you think she was going to hit Christian at any point?
No.
Think she would hit Christian?
I knew and I wanted. I know it was what I wanted. So regardless of if I thought it or not, that's the wrong question.
That's not the wrong question. Did you think it was going to be somebody else or not?
That's not. I don't think that was the intention of the action.
So the
intention of the action was to say she was conflicted from the jump.
Agreed. Does that make it any good?
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Gotcha. I agree.
I love how we always just go around in a fucking circle.
Yes.
Big man.
Maybe it's Hangman. I was a beer bottle. You're right. It could be Hangman. I'm convinced it's Hangman. Makes no fucking sense on planet Earth. But yes, Hangman. It's good.
Hangman Page. Hangman
Absolutely.
Adam Page. It's an Adam. It's definitely an Adam. Big Man Dog says they can't complain when people get disappointed because they have been hyping it up like crazy. But I don't think that Adam Cole should be a disappointment. It should be like, oh, that's who we thought it would be.
What the?
How was that a disappointment? I don't understand.
Because you're overestimating how intriguing this is. It isn't. It isn't.
Okay. Teach his own. We hear from Jon Moxley backstage. He's in the back and he says he is humble for everything because he knows what he is capable of doing. He expected to be 3-0. He expects to be 5-0. But before he can continue, Swerve Strickland steps in. The minute he stepped in, I was like, yeah, let's go. Swerve Strickland comes in and says, it's going to take more than Moxley to beat him. He says no one else is on fire like him. Moxley calls himself the ace of the world, but Swerve is the man right now. And he says that he will see him in Texas. So it is official. Next Wednesday on AEW Dynamite, winter is coming in the Gold League. 3-0 Swerve Strickland with 9 points versus 3-0 Jon Moxley with 9 points. This feels like the biggest match of the tournament so far.
Easily. I like this segment. It's fine, I should say. Them being there is what sold it. Not what they were actually saying. What they were actually saying is nothing, really. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to it.
Just put them on the screen together. It was like, oh yeah, I want this match.
Nana was great here, as per always. I assume Swerve wins this match. That's strong. I want Swerve to win this match. I don't know. We'll see. They love protecting Jon Moxley. Go ahead.
I mean, I could see this is a very unpredictable. This is probably the most unpredictable match we've seen in the Gold League so far. In this matchup here, I think the right move is for Swerve to win because I feel like that sets up a better matchup for the week following, where Swerve basically with the win next week, he's already into the group final on the 27th. So you have him beat Moxley, and it sets up Moxley and Jay White. Their final match is for who versus Swerve in the group final.
Is that how that math works?
Yeah, because if Jay White wins next week, they're both 3-1. If Jay wins and Moxley lose, they're both 3-1 heading into their last matchup.
Gotcha. Okay. Sold. I'm here for it.
Yeah, because I thought about it the other way of Moxley winning to set up Swerve winning in the group final. Because honestly, if Swerve beats him in the group stage and then he versus Moxley again, we know how AEW works. They usually try to give the win back. But I'm hoping that Swerve is the exception to the rule because he was the exception to the rule at Full Gear. Maybe he could get 2 wins over Moxley and win this tournament. Which you get 2 wins over Moxley and then beat Bryan Danielson in the finals potentially. You're a made man. It's like, why not? Why is he not the world champion at this point?
Sounds like that's not going to fucking happen. Oh, a tie. Right, we haven't had a tie yet.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Maybe Jay White and Moxley go to a tie.
Yeah.
Listen, this is fun. I
wouldn't mind that.
This has been the best tournament so far with relative ease.
Relative ease. Like I saw Dustin Rhodes say it on social media, and I was just like, yeah, like the presentation, the promos, the matches, like it's blown everything else out the water.
Indeed.
We got here in the chat, we got Trey Jones saying, inject this into my vein right now. We also got our good brother, Will Chisholm, once again with a super chat donation. Will Chisholm, we appreciate you because you never take the advice of Andrade. You're always delivering and giving us your support because you never.
Why you so crazy? Take it easy. Take it easy.
Take it easy on that super chat button there. He says, Jimmy, what was your reaction of Britt tweet last week of her having no in-ring promo time? Tony Khan has a new toy, aka Tony Storm.
It does feel that way. Britt needed the time off. Sorry, you just did.
She did.
And
we were begging for it for weeks.
Yeah,
for weeks, folks.
My first guess was she's part of this devil situation. She just has to be. I can't see anybody making that tweet and thinking it's a good idea. Though maybe she's really annoyed about fucking a new toy. It's possible. It's happened before. Brett and Sean, it's happened.
And it's happened with her before. When Tony Khan had any type of sparkle in his eye for anybody else, Britt kind of steps in and be like, no, I'm here. I'm here.
She doesn't book herself.
I'm here. I'm here, sir. Let me politic my way.
Politic. There's no politicking in the AEW fucking women's division. There's fucking 3 people there. There's no politicking going on. Gotta keep my spot. There's only one spot, man. You're in it.
Brit politics. I'm not saying anything like this is not a perception thing. This is a shoot. Yeah, she does politic.
She's the biggest star there. She's not politicking. It's existing. That's how that works.
She's not the biggest star now. It's Tony. Timeless Tony Storm. And you should know that because you were also timeless. We're all timeless.
I'm talking about before. Now. Suffrage is hilarious. Right? How are we politicking? There's no fucking suffrage yet. These motherfuckers can't even vote. What are we even talking about? Politicking. There's fucking 2 of you. What the fuck are you talking about? You can't politic as a top star. That's not how that works.
Politicking. Yeah, you can. Ask Hulk Hogan.
Jeff Jarrett had the proper spot. Really? Stop it.
Next up, we had, how do you pronounce his name? Ben
Mankiewicz,
the host of Turner Classic of Films. He introduces timeless Tony Storm. He plays it completely straight, and it was hilarious. Talking about some of her films she may have been featured in, and playing the role of AEW Women's World Champion, timeless Tony Storm. This was great.
Fantastic.
He nailed it. He did nail it. And then timeless Tony Storm makes her entrance as only she can. And she is going up against Sky Blue. We had Luther and Mariah May in the corner of timeless Tony Storm, but Mariah May conspicuously disappeared during the matchup. I like that. I like this time with Tony. This was a lot different from her matchup at Full Gear, where she did a lot of shtick and not a lot of wrestling. She mixed in kind of like World of Sports type spots, which is a little bit of like the shtick, but is still wrestling at the same time. So I like that. Then she came up with some innovation as she got on Luther's shoulders and did a freaking hair hip toss off the apron to the floor and then flexed. You get her doing the wind up punch in the ring. Sky Blue would make comebacks throughout the matchup, but timeless Tony Storm would continue to keep the assault. At one point, she hit her hip attack on the floor into the barricade. Back from break, Storm missed the wind-up punch, and she ended up getting kicked in the head. Blue hit a high cross body for a 2 count. She then hit a running hip attack to knock Tony silly, then a running boot. She hits the cold blue for a 2 count. Storm getting her shoulder up. A big superplex keeps Blue down, but she goes for the hip attack. She goes for the Storm Zero after the hip attack, but it's reversed into a roll up. But she's able to reverse that roll up into one of her own with Blue's shoulders off the mat, though. So I don't know. And Toni Storm retains the AEW Women's World Championship. This match going 9 minutes, 28 seconds. The finish looked bad, but this was a solid matchup here. And then after the matchup, they note that Mariah May is not at ringside, not here for the celebration. Luther is still there. And then it's going on for a little while until Riho's music hits, and out of nowhere, Riho is back. And they note that the last time we saw Riho, she was jumped and attacked and taken out by the Outcast, which Toni Storm was a part of at the time. And they have a little stare down here. Toni goes to attack Riho, who reverses. It's a big drop kick. She goes to hit Toni Storm with another, but Luther takes her off of the apron, catching her, carrying her off. But she leaves the AEW Women's World Championship in the ring and touches it to show that she is coming after the title she was the first owner of again. I really enjoy this. I said to you before we started the show, I think this was the best presentation of the women this year. It took 12 months, but they got something good. This was overall because you had the promo earlier in the night with Mariah May, which tied into this, hyping this match up. Then you get the Ben Mankiewicz cameo here. You get the Toni Storm character. Blue had a good effort in this matchup, and then you set up your next feud right after the matchup. This is not there hasn't been a lot of focus on the women's division. This felt like it was focused, it had a plan, and it followed through.
Agreed on most of that. I do want to take this time to brag because all you bums like to argue with me about work rate and matches and star ratings and all this other horse shit that means nothing. Toni Storm, who's always been a good wrestler, always, and has been a good wrestler in AEW, fucking always, used to come out to complete fucking silence from all of you. And now she's got a character, showing some charisma, proper presentation, and all of a sudden she's the biggest women's division star. I told you so. That's how this works. I know you want wrestling to be a sport. It isn't. It's an art. Aha. Aha. Now, move on to the match. Match was good. I enjoyed the match. It was fine. Toni Storm was very over the top. And I got to be honest, I was here for it. That Luther spot feels like it should be a DQ, and I really don't want a DQ at all. Like, that is just...
I was like, he's getting involved, but he's not. Like he's just running for her.
It was so much fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Toni Storm's wind-up punch. Listen, I can see a whole lot of people rolling their eyes at this, but it was you and like her family members, and like that was it. Shocking. It's one Negro in the crowd, a whole bunch of fucking Australians over the fuck, and just everybody else silent. Yes. Oh my God, Jimmy, relax, calm down. Yes, Toni Storm is the biggest star now. We weren't talking about now. We were talking about then. Do not make me upset with you, sir. Yeah, I figured he had a little too much class to say tits out. I was here for it. He's
chin up, tits out, and watch for the shoe.
Watch for the shoe. He was fucking great. Oh my God, I might watch that again. He was great. His delivery was so fucking good. Yeah, this was fun. Rio being back. I like Rio. This was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed this. All of this. I don't know, best presentation. I think best presentation is a good way to put it. I don't think it's the
wasn't the best match. It wasn't the best promo. Wasn't anything, but just overall how they presented it, and it felt like it was actually planned out. Like it didn't feel like it didn't feel like lipstick service. Like a lot. That's what the one. Anytime the women are on Dynamite, it feels like lipstick service. Like we gotta have a women's match. Here you go. This felt like we are actually presenting this as something important. Mind you, this also, we always note this as well. This match all this started 9:02.
Yes, automatically a win. I think I'll be nice. I think it's the kayfabe of they were supposed to have the fucking tag team match they didn't have, so it started at 9:02 instead of 9:20. This is good.
Kayfabe terms, they should have explained that, right? Like I know you guys are confused why we got the woman on so early, but yeah.
Yeah, fucking Devil's Men fucked it up. Yeah, this was good. I saw some of Sky Blue's fine, by the way. If she's not, Jesus, I'm so distracted by her fucking. Oh, yes, listen about Britt. I did want to say that. If she's not a part of this faction, like if this is not a work, it is a terrible look for Britt. I guess she's upset and frustrated, as she should be, but listen, you had a run. You had a great run. There's no time for complaining. Sorry.
You would have top dog for the division for what, 2-3 years? Like, yeah.
You had a run. You had a run. Some people think longer than you should have. Should have been Jimmy Hayter's a lot earlier, but whatever. It's Tony's time now.
Should have actually.
No, it's not Thunder Rosa's time, sir.
Should have actually done something with Thunder Rosa.
It's not her job. Sorry. I like the color format changed. It was a little late both times.
Yeah, they were late on it. That's my only beef is that they missed the cue on it.
Pay attention, motherfuckers. This woman's match, not paying attention to that shit.
Tony's like saying, no.
Sky Blue is good. Is she overrated? I thought Tony Storm's comments last week were kind of on point. But why people are so in love with Sky Blue. I'll say that much. She's good, but like they treat her like she's fucking Jamie Hayter or fucking Julia Hart or fucking stop it. No, she's fine. She's young. She's fine.
Next up, we had our next AEW. Oh, well, before that, we always note this. Hype for the main event. We had a beautiful video package for Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. You get the pictures of them as kids and everything that's transpired since AEW Wrestle Dream. I've been noting this for like the past month. They've been consistent with doing something like this, a vignette, a promo to hype up the main event.
Yes. A competent wrestling company 4 years in. Yes. Good job.
Hey, yo, the competent wrestling company don't always do this. Or the competent sports entertainment company don't always do this.
Let's throw a fucking party.
They did it. I noted and complimented them when they did it for Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins. So I'm going to do the same thing here.
Congratulations to you.
Energy.
Congratulations. Complimenting people for doing the job they're paid to do. Yes. Thank you. Fucking for running a fucking professional outfit. Oh shit. Y'all. Thank you.
Such a dick.
I don't review Raw or SmackDown. Otherwise, you'd hear me say it about Raw or SmackDown. Here I am.
Big Man Dog says this feud has been performing really well too. Yeah, I agree. I think he's talking about Copeland and Christian.
Oh yeah, it's been great.
Next, we had our final AEW Continental Classic Gold League matchup. Switchblade Jay White going up against Jay Lethal. The crowd had a good time with this one with their Jay chants. Let's go, Jay. Let's go, Jay. Jay sucks. Jay forever. They were very funny with those champions. And I thought that I'm with those chants. And I thought that this matchup was very smart in playing it differently because we got the last match was a hard-hitting matchup with a good underdog babyface story from Mark Briscoe. The first match was a straight-up brawl going throughout the arena. This was more of a technical wrestling battle, more psychology, more selling. Both guys did a good job of selling their legs as both men went after the legs of each other. We get Jay Lethal going to the top after the lethal injection, and he hits the big Hail to the King elbow for a 2 count. Jay White tries to go for the Blade Runner, but it's reversed into a roll-up, and Jay White is able to reverse out of Lethal's roll-up into one of his own to pick up the victory. 11 minutes, 21 seconds. I thought this was another good matchup. My biggest nitpick is that it was the same exact finish that we got the match before. This is why you should have producers kind of communicate with one another, because that's the only thing that I think held this back from being an even better matchup, that the finish was the same as the last one. 11 minutes, 21 seconds. Jay White improves to 6 points in the Gold League.
Finish was shit. Let's call it what it is. Especially when it's Jay Lethal. Like, why? Listen, I like Jay Lethal, and I appreciate the fact that he's willing to go on TV and lose all these fucking matches. However, you're going to lose these matches. If you're going to lose them, fucking lose them. Hit him with the fucking Blade Runner. Let's get the fuck out of here. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's like, what reason was that for that? And for all of that, the person who should have taken the roll up is Mark for the story I had with that matchup. It should have been Mark that took the roll-up loss, not Lethal.
I do prefer that, actually. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Listen. As long as everybody... Listen, Jay Lethal's on TV much more than fucking he's been recently. He's on Dynamite even. Congratulations to you, sir. Take the loss. You take a big loss. I'm not saying it's Jay Lethal's fault. It's always Tony's fault.
And I could understand, like, it's them showing that Jay learned from last week, because last week he lost by a roll-up and he wins with a roll-up this week. So you know what you do? Sky Blue didn't need to lose by a roll-up. You could have just had Tony Storm hit the fucking Storm Zero on her, and then I would have not had the complaint of the same finish back-to-back matches.
You gotta protect Sky Blue.
I know you have to protect Sky Blue, but that finish looked like
I'm
shit.
being sarcastic. You don't gotta fucking protect Sky Blue. Are you fucking serious? No, she should fucking lose. And fucking Jay Lethal should lose. I want more losses without complaint. Just hit the finisher and be done. It's called the finisher. Finish the match. We're done with Sky Blue. We're done with Jay Lethal until next week or whenever the fuck. Sorry. No disrespect.
No disrespect at all. No disrespect at all. Jesus. We got another super chat donation from our good. Huh?
Skip
Did I?
one. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
I'll go back to it. I'm sorry. I apologize. Look at this guy calling me out and shit.
I don't want to this guy didn't do one before. No offense to Will.
Wait, Will, and then
Ches.
oh, okay, Ches. Yeah, I'll get to Ches. Okay, I'll get to Ches first since it's in order. Since Jimmy wants me to do it in order. Ches, thank you so much for the super chat donation. We appreciate the love, and it's a big super chat donation as well. So we appreciate the love and support, and that's why
fucking go.
You gotta do it again. Look at CM Punk's face this time, y'all. Look at CM Punk's fucking face.
Let's fucking go.
It makes you laugh every time. Sorry.
Let's fucking go.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Sorry. We'll talk about a hypocrite. It's the last time you fake smiled. Ugh.
Shay Nasty saying, prediction, Swerve wins the tournament, keeps those 3 belts at least until summer, takes the world title, holds it until All In, where he takes on Will Ospreay in the main event and blows the roof off the place. Book it.
Jesus, didn't you have a blast? Somebody's been fantasy booking in their fucking notebook. You're a future Tony Khan, assuming you have a billionaire father who does whatever you want, even though it's not financially feasible. I don't hate this idea. I don't see it even happening, but I don't hate it. I'm not mad at it.
Do we think that Will Ospreay wins the AEW World Championship at All In next year?
It's in August?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so either. I think it would be too soon.
Yes.
I think there's a few guys in that line before him. We got here another super chat donation we mentioned before from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will Chisholm. Another big super chat donation back to back from you. We appreciate you, even though CM
because he wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless,
there's a CM Punk I know. There you go, my man. Absolutely.
Look at the difference.
Let's fucking go.
Because he wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
nevertheless,
it's like he's about to get punched. Like he goes like this. Will Chisholm says it is funny how the 2 women who was saying Thunder Rosa was faking being hurt are not hurt, aka are now hurt, aka Britt and Jamie.
Jesus.
SP3, you're not a scooper, but you know inside stuff. So what percentage you really think Mercedes go to WWE and AEW? Well, right now it's AEW is at like a 10%. And WWE is at like 85.
Agreed.
10%. And then I left that 5% for her going back to Japan.
That 10% feels high. I'm sorry. Listen. She went to All In. She watched a 4-hour show, and the women had fucking 12 seconds. I'm sorry. That was already 5%. It's over. It's over. I never thought she was going. It's just she appears to be rather bright, quite frankly. And if she's looking out for herself, that's a bad idea. No, thank you.
This man, Steven Chambers, is going to say good match to Swerve and Brisco and say great match to White and Lethal. See? And you took that as a point for you. You should take that point away now.
Point is a point, sir.
No. If they discredit themselves, you do not get the point anymore. So now that point is gone. It's now back to a tie. We got another super chat donation from Trey Jones, another big one here. You guys are always so awesome on Thursdays. We appreciate you. We appreciate y'all so much.
That's fucking
so you get
bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
It wasn't funny. Stop it. Oh, I never want to see that CM Punk again. Sorry, never.
You saw it on Monday last week. Trey Jones says, I'm here for Jay beating that Eminem tonight. What? I'm here for Jay.
Oh, shit. Like the candy.
Oh.
Sir, be nice. I'm not here for the disrespect. Jay Lethal is a great wrestler. He's got a weird shaped head, but he's a great wrestler.
Jay Lethal, we're cool with Jay Lethal.
I like Jay Lethal. I've always liked Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep forgetting. I've been trying to ask you this for 4 weeks. If you had to rank the wrestlers in this tournament,
okay,
who's your bottom three?
My bottom three in this tournament, it would be. Wow, that's hard because this is a good group. Like I said, like we said when they first announced the people. I mean, it would have to be, and this is based on record as well.
No, not record. I'm talking about their abilities.
Abilities.
I wanted to ask you this before the tournament started.
Ooh, abilities in the ring. So my top half would be Brian, Swerve, Kingston, Claudio, Moxley, Jay White. Not in order. I just name names. Those are like
the top 6 in-ring workers in this tournament.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. That's all right. Never mind. I just wonder what Moxley was. I thought for sure you had him in the bottom 3. That is shocking to me. What? On what planet is he better? What?
I told you. Sometimes he is he can go up and be with those guys as the best in the world. Sometimes he works like a barroom brawler who got a free MMA class at a Y.
Our opinions are so disparate, I can't even argue. I didn't insult anybody.
You hate Moxley.
He's the best 2-minute promo in the business. He's got a solid character. His in-ring work leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. And I didn't insult anybody, Christopher Kidd. I just agreed. I agree how I agree. That's it. I'm not insulting. Just say what I got to say. That's all.
Joel's right. It's the hard blink that makes it. It's the hard blink that gets me.
Nevertheless.
We got Trey Jones who says Lethal was great when Obama was in office. He's not great now.
He's good. He's a good wrestler.
He's bottom half though. He would be in the bottom half.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd go. Jesus.
Because Trey Jones does have a point. He's not as good as he was 7 years ago.
Moxley's fucking. That'll be nice. Not as good as he was 2 years ago. What was the CM Punk feud?
That was last year. What?
That's what he was last year.
These things where he was the wrestler of the year last year. He was the wrestler of the year.
If you say so, he's not now. I know that goddamn much.
It was a bad fall. It was a bad fall this year.
Wait, so Lethal's not as good as he was when Obama was in office, but Moxley's not as good as he was yesterday, and we don't criticize him.
Last year.
In the top 6.
Last year, he's the bottom of the top 6, but top 6.
Stop it. He's bottom 3.
You're wilding.
He's not better than Dragon.
Who else is in the bottom 3?
Sorry,
you was like, it looked like you was pulling out glasses. Like, what are you doing?
Depend. I was gonna make sure I had 12 guys. I was gonna go Dragon is 1, fucking obviously. Swerve, Mark Brisco, underrated, quite frankly.
Yes, he is. He is underrated because he's been the, like I said earlier, he's been the MVP on the Gold League side at least.
I'm mad at that. Claudio.
Yeah.
What's up with this Jay White disrespect?
No. I did almost disrespect Jay White because I mentioned him at the last, and he's right behind Swerve. He's number 3 for me as far as in-ring workers in this tournament.
Eddie sold his ass off.
Yes.
What was in the tournament? Brody King. What kind of
stepped the fuck up? I stepped the fuck up. Yeah, he stepped the fuck up. He's been my MVP for the blue side.
What was in this fucking tournament? Andrade? Yeah, he hit off. Oh, come on, man. Huh?
Andrade. Yeah, he's up there.
I'm at 9 guys already. I mean, 8. I ain't missing Moxley yet. You said yes to all these. What the fuck are we doing?
This tournament is really good. I know that Jay Lethal is at the bottom. That's like
Lethal, Garcia. I'm missing 2 people. Moxley. What am I missing?
I think that's everybody.
That's 11 names. Dragon, Swerve, Mark, Claudio, Jay White, Eddie Kingston, Brody King. Roosh. You got Moxley ahead of Roosh? I put a Moxley ahead of Roosh. Sorry,
yeah.
Roosh.
Yeah, I put Moxley ahead of Roosh.
I got Moxley at my bottom 4 in no potential.
I'll let you goal posted. He literally goal posted right before your eyes.
No, I'm not gonna goal post. That's not what I was gonna say. I was gonna let you all decide if I'm right. Here's the bottom 4: Lethal, Garcia, Mox, and Roosh. You tell me, is Mox at the top or is he at the bottom?
I say Mox is better than Brody.
You think Mox is better than Brody?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Oh, I strongly disagree.
Yeah.
I'm only taking Mox at 9 at the top. At the top. 9. No disrespect.
That's fair. I mean, that's your opinion. We got.
Thank you, Tom, sir. Over Brody.
Brickman does say it. Damn, Mox really fell off this year. I swear that was 2 years ago.
Apparently not. I thought it was 2 years ago too.
Jay John say Mox is like Prison Break. He had one great run, then fell off a damn cliff. No, he's had 2 great runs. 2020 was a great run, and then 2022.
I'm glad. Listen, we have the best fans in the business. Thank you. I've always said you guys are different. You guys thought I was being sarcastic. I wasn't. I was being dead serious.
We got another super chat donation. Thank you so much to the good brother, Will Chisholm. And of course, we blame
Tony Khan! This is also on you! Because you can stop this!
Eddie's fucking great.
Will Chisholm with a super chat donation. He says, if Mercedes goes to WWE, I'm not going to be on social media. WWE fans will act like they didn't say she's washed, and AEW fans will say we don't need her anyway. Yo, WWE fans, they will pull the ill 180. WWE fans was acting like, oh, she over there in New Japan in front of nobody, in front of the Tokyo Dome, in front of 30,000. That ain't WrestleMania. Fuck that. Like they were wilding when she went to New Japan. And yeah, they're gonna change. They already switching it up on social media now that the rumors started.
I appreciate your fair and balanced take, Will Chisholm. Unlike our boy over here. It's all right. Both said AEW and WWE fans. This nigga went on a rant about WWE fans. Yeah.
I didn't go on a rant. I said 2 sentences. I
didn't say it was a long rant.
It wasn't even not a rant. A rant is more than a minute. It's
I love that. Where did this rule come from?
That was not more than a minute. As far as AEW fans, yeah, AEW fans are going to do the same shit. Will is absolutely right.
They're an awful people.
Huh?
I've said before, they're an awful people.
Yeah, wrestling fans are not the best people. Very fickle. Very fickle. Very fickle.
That's you guys. You guys are great.
Yeah, our fans are the best. AEW fans, WWE fans, fuck all that. True Hill Heat fans are the best. We got
all kinds of takes of these. I'm losing my fucking mind. Thank you. Go ahead.
Steven saying Brody King been great in the tournament. I agree. We got Trey Jones that says, don't disrespect my dog, Brody King.
Talk to him, sir.
We also got Big Man Dog saying Brody King hasn't been pinned clean in like 2+ years, if ever. I mean, pinned clean. He got pinned earlier this year. Still got pinned by Daniel Garcia.
Is that clean?
Yep. Well, no, not clean. Not clean. Darby beat him last year clean. It was a coffin match. It's no DQ. It's clean.
He's not clean. It's a coffin match. Can you pin clean in a coffin match? Thank you, big man dogs. I actually read what you had to say, and I agree. I mean, I don't agree. It's just the fact. It's what it is.
We got Jay Jones. It says Lethal over Garcia.
I said I wasn't doing them in order.
No, I'll say Garcia over Lethal. Take Garcia over Lethal. He says Mox over Brody. Yeah, Mox
Thank you,
over
sir.
Brody. Mox over Brody.
Mind.
Yes.
Trey Jones, I've always liked Trey.
Mox over Brody. Thank you, Ace. Ace
1-1.
Steve saying really a toss.
That doesn't help.
Brody.
Pick one, motherfucker.
We got Big Man Dog saying AEW fans and WWE fans will trade post history.
It is egregious. I don't like this idea that somebody leaves, especially when it's not for no reason. It's not like she left fucking just to leave. She left because she was unhappy creatively. As she should have been, quite frankly. They act like all of a sudden she's not good anymore. Forget not good. She's fucking fantastic. She's the best in the business. No disrespect to anybody.
First 5 months in, she looked like she was going to be Women's Wrestler of the Year. If she didn't get injured, she would have been.
That's the only thing I can count against her. Is that she's a very small woman
who gets hurt a lot.
That's how that works. Sorry.
Got another comment from Big Man Dogs that says Garcia doesn't count because he got hit with a bat by a manager. Manager cheap shots have superhuman power.
They definitely appear to. One punch niggas out. How'd that work?
It's Floyd the Bat. That has the super. So they go over the matches for next week that we mentioned earlier. Hangman versus Rodrick Strog. Continental Classic. You got Swerve and Moxley. You got I think they said, is it Switchblade and Mark Briscoe? And then it's Roosh and Jay Lethal. The second to last matches in the Gold League next week. Winter is coming. We're also going to hear from Samoa Joe. And they also announced that we will see the Von Erichs. The Von Erichs will return to Dallas. One of the OG Von Erichs in Kevin Von Erich and his sons, the Von Erich brothers who were in MLW before. Maybe they're coming to AEW, but it is a nice little tie-in being in Dallas, as well as the movie that comes out on December 22nd starring Zac Efron and our boy Carmi Barazzato, aka The Bear, aka Lip Gallagher, aka Jeremy Allen White.
Yes, a man who apparently gets wrestling more than the rest of you. He knew about wrestling for all of 12 seconds, and he knows more about it than you do. Shocking. It's not about fucking moves. It's about what happens in between the moves. Shocking. Look at that. Who would have thought? Flips. More flips. Canadian Destroyers. Wrestling is having a good time. Who cares? Fucking Mike Bailey. Anyway,
No, we're not doing this, kid. We're not doing this.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm just saying.
Strays for no fucking reason. No fucking reason.
Because we always shitting on
motherfuckers seen one of this nigga's matches, and he's the one that gets the fucking stray.
It's not about his match, though. That was part of the problem. Yes, it was about. He mentioned.
Give it 4 stars. I thought you didn't even like it.
He mentioned everybody on the internet was complaining, according to him, about that fucking spot with Orange Cassidy and I think it was Penta doing Canadian Destroyers back to back to back, and everybody in the said that's fucking stupid. He was like, look at the crowd. The crowd is having a good time. And then Jeremy Allen White explained to you what it's all fucking about. By the way, I watched Eddie and Ray again. It maintained its 5-star certification from Halloween Havoc 1997. Yeah. Because it's not about the moves, which are all great. It's Eddie tearing the mask. It's it's fucking brilliant.
I've only given 2 WCW matches 5 stars. Only 2. One of those is that one.
What's the other one? War Games?
Sting Squadron versus the Dangerous Alliance. That's it.
I gotta rewatch.
I think ECW have to go. Those are the ones I have to go back and watch. I think on the original viewing, the only one I remember that I gave 5 stars to is Hardcore Heaven 99, RVD and Jerry Lynn.
Oh, that might be one of my favorite matches. It was on.
That was like evolution. That's like the style that we grew up on in the 2000s. Is like that's what it all started with. Was that matchup?
Indeed. Oh, and I gave Banks and Bailey from Takeover 5.
Yeah,
Take over.
I think I went 4 3/4. I think the first time I watched that.
I'm not mad at that take, but
No.
that's great.
But I think second viewing, I went 5 stars. That's the only WWE women's match I have at 5 stars.
That sounds right.
Yeah. We got here. Who's getting the Von Erich Iron Claw next week? Is it next week? I think it's the week after, the 27th.
That would usually be QT Marshall spot.
Oh well, next week on the show. I thought you meant the movie. But yeah, no, I think it's Jared in the game, right?
That's his new spot. Yes. To be fair, Jeff Jarrett is no great over QT Marshall. Sorry.
He's gonna heal it up. He's gonna do like one punch on them and start strutting like the one weak ass punch starts strutting. They turn around into the claw or Sanjay. Sanjay will take the claw from Kevin Von Erich.
Probably. That'll be fun.
Trey Jones saying, "Oh, that Von Erich movie is gonna be great and depressing. I can't wait.
Yeah,
such a holiday movie." I mean, The Wrestler came out, I think, in December as well, didn't it? I think so. Someone check it.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that was a sad movie to have on during the holiday season. The Brave Man Dog saying these Von Erich guys actually look like wrestlers.
They do. That motherfucker on the end looks like how a draw wrestler, quite frankly.
Yeah. We got Trey Jones says, was Lacey Von Erich an actual Von Erich? She was. Frantic World saying, yes, the Von Erichs on Dynamite next week. And are they free agents or are they still signed with MLW? No, they're no longer signed with MLW. They've been gone from MLW for a little bit now, I believe. And we also got Big Man Dogs. He says, I have mostly only seen the weird stuff from WCW, like Hogan fighting the Dungeon of Doom in a monster truck. That one was 5 stars for sure. I watched that last year. That's over on Fightful Overbook on True Rewind with Romeo. Oh my God, that show is like horrendous. That's one of the worst shows I've ever witnessed. Ever.
WWE really was a one-trick pony. I shouldn't say that because the Cruiserweights were great. Benoit and Regal were great. And then once you got the
Cruiserweights were great.
Yeah.
The first 18 months of the NWO were great until Starrcade. Oh no. Some of the early days were horrible. We were watching that last year. Some of those early episodes where they just kept going back to them and the matches didn't matter. They didn't matter at all. It was just waiting to go back to the NWO. Those are horrible shows.
They have those main events that always end in disqualification and an NWO beatdown or Sting appearance. I remember Kurt Hennig main evented like 5 episodes in a row with this match nobody gives a fuck about. It's rough on rewatch. I'll say that much. There's some fun stuff in there, mostly Sting stuff.
What like I feel like the best period is after Uncensored 1997 through Starrcade, because Uncensored 97 is when Sting finally makes a choice between WCW and NWO. That's when he comes out after NWO wins the multi-man matchup, and he's in the middle of the ring after weeks of him standing around with the NWO, and people thought he was going to join up with them. Stands in the middle of the ring. Hogan comes out. Hogan comes in the ring. He beats his ass with a bat. Dennis Rodman's outside. He gets hit with a bat. Like, it was great. That's one of the best pay-per-view angles WCW ever did.
That's a weird way to put it. They thought he was in NWO. He was standing around with them. Like Hogan hugged him in the middle of the ring, and he just was coming out with them for weeks. What do you mean they thought he was in? He's in. What the fuck is this?
And they thought he was in, but then when he pops out of the sky at the end of the show, they come in mad aggressive. They didn't come in like trying to hug him. They came in trying to beat his ass. They were like, nah, what you doing here now? Like, they were mad at him.
That was great.
Frantic World saying, I really like the NWO Wolfpack. I like the NWO Wolfpack when I was living through it. On rewatch, it's horrible. Everything about the 2 different NWOs is horrible. It's
I mean, most of the shit could have just been condensed into like a year instead of 2 years. I fucking know what it was. I like the Wolfpack idea. I don't like the execution of it. But why the fuck is Sting here?
Why the fuck is Kevin Nash the leader? It was Macho Man that started it.
He's the coolest guy. That's why.
But Macho Man's a fucking former world champion.
Not about that. It's about swag. Kevin Nash has swag, and Scott Hall should have been in it. Obviously, should have been the Wolfpack. But whatever.
Yeah, Yeah,
That's a great idea. I like the colors.
I love the song. The song still holds. Still holds to this day.
Watching Lex Luger and Sting try to be cool is painful.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Watching Luger try to be cool. It was just like with K-Dog, who was just enormously cool. K-Dog was their take on Road Dogg.
Yes. K-Dog. It's a solid group outside of Lex, really. Even Sting works. You know, he's been fighting NWO for a year and a half. That feels weird. Whatever.
Yeah, it's just so weird. It's just so weird. It was a great moment when he chooses them, but like it's so weird. It's so weird after, and the face paint just never works. Never works. Looks like blood. But we get the main event.
Sometimes she's busy for a week. You can't do anything with her, but you still have to get it done, sir. It's about
man here.
The job. It's not going to kill you. A little bit of blood's not going to kill you. Get down there and go to work.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
So we have the main event of the show. Adam Copeland challenging Christian Cage for the TNT Championship. 40 years of friendship in the middle of the ring. Copeland tries to start things fast. He starts knocking Christian all over the place, knocking him into the announce table a whole bunch of times. Woo energy drinks flying all over the place. Christian bails back onto the floor, but Copeland blocks a low blow when they get back into the ring. He goes after Christian's hand and works it over. Back with Christian hammering down. He gets him into the corner. Copeland bites the right hand to escape. A middle rope leg sweep takes Christian down, and they go outside again. This time, Cage sends Copeland into the steel steps. He comes back in with a big frog splash onto Copeland. Cage goes for a spear, but Copeland very smoothly just catches him into an impaler by pushing him off of the middle rope. Then we get Copeland. He goes for a spear, and Christian smoothly does a leapfrog over into the kill switch for a great near fall. Towards the end of the matchup, Christian once again he tries to go for a spear, but Copeland moves out of the way, and he basically goes by referee Bryce Rensburg, catching him in the eye. Christian comes from behind and kicks the referee low. He grabs the TNT Championship. He misses with the TNT title, but both men go for a spear and they collide in midair. This brings out Shayna Wayne. Nick Wayne's mom is out. She grabs the TNT title. She looks at Copeland. She looks at Christian. She looks at Copeland. She stares at Christian, thinking about everything he said. But then she remembers what Copeland did to her son, and she blasts Copeland in the head with the TNT Championship. Shayna Wayne composes herself and leaves the ring. Meanwhile, Christian takes advantage of this whole thing. He picks up Copeland. He gives him an unprettier. He lays out the TNT Championship and lays Copeland's head on it and says, "I'm gonna break his freaking neck," and stomps on his neck before the referee pulls the referee over. He pins Copeland, and Christian Cage defeats his former best friend Adam Copeland 18 minutes 4 seconds. I thought this was a wonderfully paced matchup. The ending was exactly what we said it would be weeks ago, especially after Copeland did the concerto on to Nick Wayne. It just made too much sense for this all to transpire. So I was very happy how everything went down. And Christian Cage is just a master at pacing and structuring a matchup where this is not the prototypical AEW type of matchup. But this almost got as loud of reaction as anything on this show because people were invested in the characters, people were invested in the action, into the work, and to the story at play, and they absolutely booed the shit out of Shayna Wayne turning and joining up with Christian.
How do I say this? Nice first or mean first? Let's do mean first. Finish your shit. It just is. I'm sorry. Everybody here is great. That's not true. Edge and Christian are great. Let's finish this shit. Why? How's a low blow knock him out? You ever been hitting the balls before? That's not how low blows work. And you certainly know who fuck did it. Edge is in his peripheral vision. He knows it's not Edge. And then he's unconscious for fucking 5 minutes. Are you fucking serious? This stinks. As far as Shayna turning, this is part of the issue. Is that it makes sense. It's the right call, obviously. It's the right, makes sense. It makes sense. In wrestling things, it makes sense. He hurt her son. Edge did. He tried to murder her son. I think even more than wrestling thing. I think in real life it makes sense. Tried to murder her son. She hates his guts now. That's how that works. She loves her boy more than she loves life. Getting kicked in the dick hurts. Again, what the fuck does that have to do with what I'm talking about? I mean, trust me. You guys know me, and you've heard the things I've said. And if you imagine the things I've said to women, I've been kicked in the dick a lot. It's not. It doesn't knock you unconscious. It just doesn't. This was fun. It was a fun match. I enjoyed the way it was paced. As you said, Christian is great. This was certainly a Christian match. More than an Edge one. I like the no interference because I feel like it addresses an issue I usually have with what MJF used to do. He used to force people to go through his crew before they got to him. But just going through his crew doesn't actually change anything. They're still around. Edge took these motherfuckers out. Absolutely. You have to go. And it was fucking great. And this felt like a solid payoff to the first act of this feud. I like Shayna Wayne as part of the patriarchy.
The matriarch.
And not only does she fucking get revenge for her son, but I never forget I'm a pro wrestling fan. It makes me very sad. If I could stop being it, I would stop being it. I already argued that point. Not only does she get revenge for her son, but now she gets to keep an eye on her son by being around him all the time because she's part of the group. It works. It works for me on quite a few levels. I really enjoyed it.
And on a non-kayfabe level, I just think it's so sweet that this woman basically traveled across the world for the last 2 years with her 16-year-old son, 16, 17-year-old high school age son, travel across the world for him to realize his dream. He finally realized his dream, and you get to live it with him. Your sacrifices paid off for not just him, but you as well. That's awesome. Like as a son of a single mom, like I couldn't help but smile after that finish. I was like, this is so great on so many different levels.
It does. I hope Nick Wayne, I'm not gonna say I hope he appreciates it. That feels ruder than I want it to sound. I just mean he's 18 years old. So there are other things on his fucking mind than fucking his mom. But one day he'll look back and he'll be like impossibly thankful. Like he could give something back. It is beautiful.
Yeah. We got Safet. He says Nick Wayne mom botched that belt shot. I mean,
she's probably not a wrestler.
Yeah, like it's kind of hard. I mean, you go try it. Then we'll judge. We'll judge who did it better.
She was hit somebody by accident. How bad of a look at that bitch? She probably didn't know if it was like, oh shit.
And it's the first time she's done anything physical outside of getting pushed. Like that's it. That's the only other thing she has done. Or the polished Jen saying overbooked nonsense, but it's become a Jerry Springer train wreck that I can't look away from. Pro wrestling has a new mommy now. No, right? But like this is like the antithesis of MJF thing. Like the MJF is the bad sports entertainment. This is the gripping sports entertainment that you're like reading the book and it's like so outrageous and you're like, I gotta turn the page. I gotta see what happens next. I gotta keep turning the page. I gotta keep coming back to see what happens next with the patriarchy and Adam Copeland.
It's so good. I get what you mean though. It's silly. It's certainly silly, but I enjoy it. Christian's such a great character. Edge plays off him really well. That's kind of like, the fuck is going on here? Who is this guy that I thought I knew so much about? And now Nick Wayne's mom is there. It's just ridiculous. I love it. I'm here for it.
Yes. We got Frantic World who says I like the match and the ending was good to me. We also got Leo who says Christian needed to make out with Shayna a la Trish Stratus heel turn for WrestleMania 20 to really seal the heel turn. No, I didn't need that. I don't need that.
I did not. She's an attractive woman or whatever, but no thank you. Hard pass.
Christian also has a wife, ladies and gentlemen.
So what? I'm on TV. I'm acting. You're married to Christian, motherfucker. You should be thankful to me. I shouldn't be explaining myself to you. That's not how that works.
John says the devil is Tony Khan. Well, Jimmy believes that.
Yes, he's certainly the devil. But is he under the mask? I doubt it.
We got
the devil does have a rather feminine build, so it's possible.
Steven who says, think Beth going to show up?
Please no. I like Beth Phoenix. I don't need a rehash of fucking the thing we just did. Hard pass.
Yeah, I don't need all the stuff you did with Edge as a babyface. He's working. This is working because this is fresh and new. This is Edge on his own against his best friend who he has all this history with that has just gone down this like villainous route. It's like basically we are getting what we didn't get in Spider-Man 3. It's basically Harry Osborn versus Peter Parker.
Oh, that's a good one. You think this plays out with first thing? Somebody brought up mommy. Did you see? I forgot to mention to you before on Raw where Orton kind of lunged at fucking Rhea Ripley. She didn't flinch even a little bit. I love her so much. Do you think Nick Wayne eventually turns on Christian because he goes overboard with his mother? That's my guess.
Could be the catalyst. I mean, all I want to say though, because I don't know if you've been seeing it on social media, but I have more and more people jumping on my bandwagon for the other new member of the patriarchy.
Oh my fucking
I've been
God.
saying it for months. More and more people seem to be saying it online. But y'all know who said it first, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Jack Perry, the kid who tried to go out on his own without his padre. He's going to go back home after he failed on his own, and he's going to come home to his father, Christian.
I actually don't hate that I've been threatened with him as the devil. I don't hate the idea of him joining the patriarchy. I will take it, especially if it ends with a hug. Oh, maybe that's what drives Nick Wayne out. He gets a new son. Christian gets a new son. He treats better than the kid's been with him all along.
Or it just spurns Luchasaurus kill switch even more because he thinks he has his tag team partner back, but Christian puts Jack Perry with Nick Wayne. or he gets like Jordan. I know there's like a rumor that Jordan Oliver, who's Nick Wayne's tag team partner on the indie scene, is supposed to sign with AEW. He brings him in as a son. He just keeps bringing in more sons, and Kill Switch becomes the second best. He's like Seth Rollins. He becomes second best, then third best, then fourth best.
Yeah, change the name from the patriarchy to the fucking orphanage. Jesus, the orphanage.
Let's go. He's got the family.
Christian's great. I would build AEW around, but
I just want to win all the kids.
I'm sorry. Just whatever Christian wants, I'm here for.
And then you need the stipulation if they're gonna do this rematch at World's End, which I think they're gonna do, of Copeland and Christian. We need the stipulation that if Copeland loses, he has to join the patriarchy too.
Oh my God.
And then we have Uncle Adam.
He's finally under Christian. I've been trying to do this my whole life. Oh my God, that'd be great. I'm here for it.
And then that's when you do, because I liked how they did it. Like you said, no interference, none of the people involved. It was just Shayna Wayne. Because then at the pay-per-view, you can have Nick Wayne, you can have Killswitch, all come back. And then you can, if you want to take my advice, Tony Khan, I know you're watching out there. You can try to front like you're not. I know you're watching. If you want to take my idea, that's the spot to do Jack Perry, because then everybody would be like, "Oh, he's not the devil." All right, and then they'd be even more open to whoever the devil is.
This is true. You think they get that reveal at World's End, by the way, the devil?
I think so.
You can't hold on this much longer. I'm already over it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're kind of stretching it if you try to go past this year. We got Trey Jones saying Killswitch is the redheaded stepchild. He's Cinderella.
Fair enough.
We got Frantic Rose saying Christian about to build an army. Absolutely,
buddy.
And it's crazy. Yeah, Christian said he's turning the TNT title into a world title, and he's getting close. Main event of a pay-per-view. This felt like a main event, a pay-per-view main event here. Like
I told you this main evented over fucking Joe and MJF. I don't think I'd be mad about it.
I would not mind at all. Would not mind it at
Last time this
all.
happened.
What?
Fucking no. Gunther and Rollins doesn't count. Mid-card title.
I was about to say the other show.
I was gonna say RBD.
RVD. Yeah. Nakamura with New Japan when he was Intercontinental Champion, he got voted to main event Wrestle Kingdom over the world title.
Okay. Omega US run.
Because he was US champion at the time. Okada set the record for the world title, so I can't give him that. I would say Ospreay, the current run he was on as IWGP US champion was bigger than the IWGP world champion Sonata. That's for sure. So yeah,
it doesn't happen often. When it happens, it's fun to watch.
It is. I'll give AEW credit. One thing we could say is that they did a great job with the two male mid-card titles this year, with the international title, Orange Reign, and then Christian with this TNT title.
They did. They are doing a great job with Christian.
Yeah, they are doing a great job with Christian. They did a great job with Orange as the international champion the first time. I have to specify everything with Jimmy. I'm sorry. Big Man Dog saying MJF is turning into old Naito mid-carding with the world title.
Oh, things turn. I told you all. I see more and more you turning on this babyface run. Told you. I'm like Huey. You come around at the end.
Let us know in the live chat your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? And final call on Super Chat donations for me and Jimmy for the December 6th, 2023 edition of AEW Dynamite. 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board. Once again, what did you give the show out of 10?
7.5. Felt like a downgrade from the last 2 weeks for me, which I gave it 8 to, I believe.
I think it was on the same level as the last couple of weeks. At not as overall good as I felt last week's show was. So I'll go 8 out of 10 instead of 8.5 out of 10, like I did last week. 8 out of 10 for this week's show. Jimmy, what was your match of the night?
Jesus. Between the main event and Swerve and Brisco for me. A 9? Jesus. I'm going to go Swerve and Mark Briscoe.
I agree. Definitely, that was match of the night. I love that match. This probably my second best match of the Continental Classic so far.
Jesus.
Great
story.
The
rest of you on point. Thank you.
But I agree with you though. That main event deserves some consideration because that was so well done. So well done. Drama, sports entertainment nonsense. It was straight out of the Attitude Era, basically. Like the polished gent saying 8 out of 10. We got Trey Jones who says match of the night, Swerve versus Brisco.
Hey, but the rest of these? Let's skip all the 7. Look at this motherfucker. Let's skip all the 7.5 over here. That Big Man Dog 7. Look at that. See this shit?
Yeah, Big Man Dogs. He says, I wasn't feeling this episode so much. So, yeah, 7.5.
The mainstream media. You see this? This is how they manipulate you.
No, I'm mainstream media. This bullshit. Jimmy, who was your MVP for the show?
Holy, this is a little difficult. It wasn't really built around one person this week. Shit. When in doubt, I just go to Christian Cage. So I think I'm leaning that way. Actually, you know what? What's his name? Ben Mankiewicz. Get an MVP this week. You are fucking fantastic, star. Fucking fantastic.
I think that's the most we've talked about the woman in a week. So MVP, I'm gonna go with Timeless Toni Storm. Like she's getting the Tony Khan Golden Girl treatment Only the treatment that we have only ever seen for Britt Baker. That's what we're seeing for Timeless Toni Storm. So she's my MVP for this week.
Well, Jade was up there for a bit.
Huh?
Jade was up there for a bit.
Was
How
she?
about that? Now this.
He made a title for her, but you said making titles for people don't mean much. So
I mean, we're agreed there. But you're gonna say she wasn't featured? She didn't have these fucking.
She was featured, but I wouldn't say she was one of the golden girls. I think that it's a different level of how Tony Khan has treated Britt Baker and Toni Storm over Jade Cargill. I think he did a certain amount, but he didn't take her to that next level where Tony's now at.
I'm not mad at that take it all.
Ace saying a match of the night was Swerve versus Mark Briscoe. We got Trey who says LVP Jay Lethal. Got to stay consistent. Who was your LVP for the show?
Boy. I'm gonna give it to Samoa Joe. How do you not make fucking MJF come out first? Your job is to keep an eye on him, sir. It's your whole job. You come out first? Come on, man. What are we doing?
And why you went out and he wasn't right there? He wasn't even right behind you by like going through the curtain.
Come on.
Like you came out, you didn't even know if he was gonna come out behind you. He all the way back there, getting knocked out by a beer bottle. That's you make a solid point. That is a solid point. So I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. Yeah, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe. Samoa. We got the polished Jen who says MVP Mama Wayne for saving her prodigy son from the embarrassment of her being a waitress once. LVP Jay Lethal for letting TK book him like this.
Hey, Jay's gonna take what he gets. Sorry, brother. You gotta take what you get at this point. You're on TV, you're on Dynamite even. Hey, take it.
He featured you for a whole year with Planet Jarrett. I think you do. You do. You still trying to pay back Tony Khan for all that he's done for you this year. So let's say an MVP, Timeless Toni Storm and Christian Cage. Ace says MVP, Christian Cage, Shayna Wayne, and Timeless Toni Storm. We got Big Man Dog says the devil is the LVP. And we got Ace who says Samoa Joe is the LVP. And we got Safet who says Samoa Joe, and the low attendance crowd is LVP.
The people that were there,
they were great. That crowd was great. You didn't even know if you didn't read online, you wouldn't have known it was not sold out because they sounded loud as fuck.
True. And if you know anything about how wrestling is shot, I'm only seeing one side of this arena a lot.
They did try to play it off during Copeland's entrance, where they shot it in a way where you didn't see any of the higher up. But they did a wide shot where it looked like there was a lot of people in there. I was like, that was actually I was like, Mike Manseri, I know when you're at work here.
By the way, I do want to thank AEW for the way it's shot. Not the choices made, but it does feel like a grittier, less polished show than Raw.
I wanted to say that the MJF Hangman segment that was so different from anything they've shot for backstage. That's why I enjoyed the segment even more. I think that's like at the end of the segment, I was like, oh my god, I love that. Because you had one moment where Hangman hits the camera because the camera's so close to him because they're in a short hallway. I was like, this whole thing feels realistic because of that.
Yes. And then when Joe comes in, they kind of move off to the side and Hangman's in the background. Yes. That's how you would run it if it was like a reality show or some shit instead of theater. Fucking Seth Rollins right here, Adam Pearce right here, ruining the real angle we were supposed to be having with CM Punk.
And then Jey Uso comes and they do the shot where I can tell you what's gonna happen on WWE television before it happens. I was like, I saw Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough walking somewhere. I was like, they're gonna walk into the Judgment Den and R-Truth's gonna be there. And it happened. And my friend was like, how'd you know? I was like, I watch way too much WWE.
Spend some money on a DP, a director of photography, on a cinematographer, some shit. Spend some money, goddammit. The same shot for fucking 30 years.
AEW switched it up this week. They announced that they let go of Kevin Sullivan, who was the vice president of post-production for them, and apparently that was a Mike Manseri move. So it led to Dave Meltzer reporting that there's a lot of negativity in the AEW locker room because of that move, because it's a WWE guy getting rid of a day one AEW guy.
I completely understand why you all are upset. I understand. However, as I told my friend here a couple weeks ago, sometimes you need to upgrade in fucking life. These people that were around you before are not good enough anymore for where we're going. And no offense to Kevin Sullivan, but the post stinks. So we've got to change it. I'm sorry. I know you like it. I'm sorry. Gotta go.
And ladies and gentlemen, we just learned why Jimmy Macram is a huge fan of CM Punk, because he is also a hypocrite, because he said that to me, and one of his only other friends is Marcus Cash. Anyway.
I'm going to be nice. There's a joke about falling asleep here somewhere, but I'm going to be very nice because I'm the true heel fucking outlier. I'm the asshole of the group. I'm going to be very nice. I'm not going to say anything. So I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy.
You stay awake on camera. I'll give you that. Jimmy, that brings us to the end of our show. Thank you as always. Please let the people know where they can follow you on social media, what you got going on your channel.
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter. At Jimmy Macram on YouTube, where we watch television shows and movies, including Atlanta season 3, which is very weird and different than the other 2 seasons we watched. But you know what? Fuck it. Let's have some fun.
Reparations, y'all. Reparations. That's all you gotta know for the next episode. That's gonna drop on Jimmy's channel. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Best place to support us when we're not here on camera. You guys were great today. Thank you so much for all the super chat donations, all the support. We appreciate it. You can send us some love at patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content, the True Hill Heat Prediction Championship, plus much, much more. And you can wear and represent True Hill Heat when you are out on the town or at a wrestling event. ProWrestlingTees.com/TrueHeels or foryourwear.com/true-heel-heat to get your True Hill Heat merchandise. I will be back with you not tomorrow, but on Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time, the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. Myself, Miss Chrissy Love, will be talking about this week in wrestling, a little final predictions for NXT Deadline, as well as Ring of Honor Final Battle, which is next Friday. And also check out all the great content we got on the channel. Like right now, you can check out Collision Discourse with the aforementioned someone falling asleep on camera during a review. Check it out now. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble 123, the Matriarch. We are signing off until next time.